extension than the podcast mic we use for technical issues, pretty much with every stream. It's like a tradition at this point. So, in any case,
yeah, we have a new mic setup this time, right? We haven't used these ones before.
No, we haven't used these before for a stream. Should be good, but we'll see. Hopefully y'all
Cara,
can
eu
hear
não sei
us.
se tá travando a
I'm just
live
distracted
desses
looking at
caras.
this stuff too.
Ou é meu PC que tá uma merda.
So.
Eu acho que é a live.
Chapter 2 stuff.
É, os caras estão reclamando a 30
Just
FPS.
Sorcery.
Mano, tem lag até na live.
Also related,
Da Fulcão,
now,
cara.
on Test Live, you
Vou até
can
comentar aqui,
read all the
lag.
patch notes on our forums. If we have a link to those patch
700
notes, can you get them in
ping.
chat? Also, I don't have access to that right now. So y'all can check this out like right now if you wanted to, at least like some of the new stuff. And we'll be going over other new things that'll be coming up.
Cara, não sei
in the
porque minha live
chapter-
não abriu, mano,
chapter two.
também. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui.
Yeah,
Pô, aí é
if you play on PC,
sacanagem.
if you're on Steam, you can fire up.
Abriu, cara. Tem que comentar aqui. Vai ver.
and install the Test Live client and jump right in.
Yes, and then they still want to
Ei,
use the
Fulcão
test
me
live,
trollando
like,
até
separate
nas
test live
lives, velho.
client,
Tem
right?
que
They don't
falar, cara.
use like the branch or
Yeah,
that's see
the branch might be
Deixa eu
gone.
ver quem tá
okay.
online aqui.
Just
Agora eu
to
consegui
reduce
configurar essa
confusion.
porra.
Yeah, so you want to actually use the test live client, and then all that stuff should be up there.
But stream quality like super high, more than normal.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, it hasn't changed from last session that I'm aware of.
You're able to bop it down to like 720 or something.
I could
To do that.
I
try.
wonder if you kill that YouTube thing, if it would fix it. I wonder if it's spam.
Agora sim hackeou o meu dia. DDoS da Fulcão. Cara, a impressão minha ou a
I
equipe
have
do
no
Conan é
idea.
pequena?
None of this changed. Like I
cara.
didn't.
É, a equipe
We
de
streamed last
desenvolvedor
time.
do
I
Conan
didn't
é
change any of
pequena,
these
mano.
settings. So I don't know
Por isso
why
que o jogo é
this
meio
stuff like, is
cagado, né?
different. And I checked yesterday, and it should have been fine. Anyway, sorry.
Deram o DDoS da Fulcão.
AK-10.
Aí foi foda.
Oh.
Cara, tá muito lagado. Os caras,
Yeah,
deixa eu
it is
ver.
really
Os
high.
caras estão comentando aqui, ó.
What the heck? Well, we'll just have to do because I would have to.
Eu já,
shut the stream
já deixei
down
meu
in order to, like,
comentário
change
já.
the
700
resolution, I
ping.
think. 'Cause
4
it's outputting right
FPS.
now at like HD.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be best to restart instead of
Should we?
everyone else
Yeah.
live.
Is it really bad? Okay.
If you're gonna be
I'm very sorry, guys. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Sorry about that.
DDoS ataque.
The audio sounds fine.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, 1 sec. Sorry, guys. 1 sec.
Ixi, parou a transmissão dos caras, mano. Vocês estão ouvindo bem minha voz, cara? Vocês estão ouvindo bem a minha voz, Ó, travou, cara. Carai, viado. Vamos esperar aqui. Deixa eu ver os comentários aqui. Tá travadão a live. É, cara, tá travada a live dos caras, velho. Ixi. Propaganda.
Are we back?
We're back. We did it. Look, there we are.
Live stream was on. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Hey.
Yeah, just keeping it to
Fala, Ferreiro,
First,
se o seu mix
Conan
tá
Exiles,
bom,
favorite
mas...
Sorcery
toma,
Chapter
seu
2 stream.
nome, rapaz.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah, again, in keeping the tradition with Funcom, streams and announcements.
Cara,
Yeah, thank
o
you all for
problema é que eu
joining
não
us for
sei
this lovely
inglês, velho.
announcement of an announcement.
Eu sou muito
Thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you
imbecil em
next
inglês,
time
cara.
for another
Então vocês vão
announcement.
ter
Anyway,
que
sorry.
elemente
Okay,
igual
this is better.
gringo.
Yes.
Perfect. Back and perfect.
Easy.
Let's go.
Literally no idea how that happened.
Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I'm just dumb.
Good.
YouTube is still giving us
É, agora
problems. or
melhorou,
whatever.
Pisano.
Anyway.
Agora tá a 60 FPS.
Yeah, you want to see some stuff that's coming up in chapter 2?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
What?
Good
O cara não
segue.
consegue fazer live, imagina se consertar o
we're
jogo.
playing it fast and loose today, baby. Let's go. All right, we're switching over here.
Eita porra!
So yeah, this is in-game footage of
Essa armadura aí
chapter 2
do-
donning a brand new armor set. This is why I got
Poseidon,
mixed
será
up,
que porra
because
que é
this is
essa?
actually an armor set that
Que massa, cara.
was. It doesn't seem to be. I don't think it's 100% port, but it's definitely inspired by. An
Isso aqui
armor
vai
set
tá no
from
passe,
Age of
mano.
Conan, our legacy MMO.
Yeah, nothing we ever do is actually 100% port. Age of Conan has a lot older engine at this
Uma
point,
mistura
and there are
de
different requirements for
Faraó,
things that go into that game. So when we want to bring something
Que
over, we
doideira,
really have to
viado.
remake it using the base as a template.
Desbugou a
So yeah,
transmissão.
this was in the Age of Conan Onslaught event. This was the Thugro Khatan armor, and in the Second Age, in the Age of Sorcery in Conan Exiles, it'll be
Cara, mas
the,
eu tô achando que a imagem tá muito
I
ruim,
believe it's
velho.
the Mad God armor. Just double check the name. Yep, the Helm of the Mad Prophet, that's what it is, sorry. And also, let me go ahead and make it daytime so we
tá
can
na
actually see stuff.
automática, cara.
Rewards you get for
Eu acho que agora deu uma melhorada.
new story event.
That's right.
With the next chapter.
Yeah, so like I said before, whenever we kicked off the Age of Sorcery, we want to start to make each of our chapters more about a story going forward, so you guys have some new stuff to follow along, you know. We aim to actually change things in the world as the story goes along as well, so I think that in the first age you'll see
Essa
that to a much
armadura
lesser
mistura o Brasil
extent,
com
but
o
as we go
Egito.
further and deeper and
Tem
learn
que
more
ter
what we
charme
can, we're
pra dançar
capable of with our
bonito.
timeline and
Ai,
everything.
esse ferro
So
é
you
um
see more stuff
comédia,
change in
cara.
the game itself. So throwing back to
Cara, mas
season,
é da hora
chapter
essa
1,
armadura.
excuse me, in chapter
Provavelmente
1,
os status da
we had a
armadura
new
vai ser uma
sorcerer appear
bosta,
in the
mano.
Exiled Lands, and he started to spread the knowledge of how to
Tem umas
perform
armaduras que vieram do
sorcery
passe, cara, que só são pra
to
skin
his
mesmo,
own
porque
followers, who then took it out into the
status
world.
pra
And,
PVP
you know, you can now find sorcerers
parece
in all the
até
different
mod, de tão
camps, find
diferente que é essa armadura. Pois
teaching
é,
the
cara.
people that, hey, there is
Não
this
esperava
magic.
essa
You
armadura aí
should
não,
follow
mano.
us, follow our
É muito
leader.
diferente, cara.
So now, some
Eles
of you
estão com
might know there are some other
767,
sorcerers in the world. If you're
767
keen on the story, you might remember
espectadores.
Metcamosis. Metcamosis was previously a leader among the Black Ring, which is in Stygia one of the most powerful cabals of sorcerers
Cara,
that
eles
exists.
não vão falar dos problemas do
Tothemon
console.
wanted
Eles
to
querem
join
é
this cabal.
vender o bagulho,
And
cara. E
Metcamosis
foda-se. Tá ligado?
essentially
Nossa, passou uma moto agora.
afraid of his power.
Tem. Eu joguei um pouco no PS4 da
Banished him from the
Yasmin.
Black Ring,
Cara,
so he
é
can't join.
ridículo, velho.
Tothemon
Eu cheguei perto de uma
disappeared,
base,
and
cracha na hora. O jogo
somewhere
cracha
in
da
the
hora.
world he found the Serpent Ring of Set.
E no
which is now
PS5
a-
tá
a
foda
really
os
big
loads,
part
cara. O
of the
PS5
power
tá
that he
aguentando.
holds. He was already
Mas
a
a tela
powerful
de load
sorcerer.
demora
Now he comes
demais.
back and he has this powerful artifact. He gets rid of Metcamosis. He says, "You're banished to the Exiled Lands."
Então, cara, eu
Come
tô
again,
assim, ó.
you know,
Eu tô
we'll see you
migrando
later,
entre
buddy.
PC e
So
PS5. Se der merda no
Metcamosis
PS5, eu vou pro
sees the
PC.
magic being
Se der merda no
performed.
PC,
And he
quem
was once
deu
a very
merda, né?
powerful sorcerer. He was known for
Aí eu
sending
volto pro PS5,
just
cara.
gargantuan
Tá assim, tá
demons
ligado?
into the world and forcing them to do his
Os
bidding.
caras vão ficar falando, e
So
eu não
now
tô
he
entendendo
wants a
nada,
taste
sinto
of that
muito,
power.
cara.
And in the second chapter, we'll have you hunting the heads of sorcerers
Será que uma
bringing them
flechada
back
passa no meio desse
to
arco
his
de
followers, who are these
capacete?
Catan
Pior, né,
exiled
cara?
assassins, essentially.
Eles
And
têm que
he
agradar
will
os
be bringing
PVS
heads and
também.
bodies back.
Pro cosmético, pelo
So you
jeito,
can like
vamos
try to
ver os
examine like
atributos.
just what makes them tick, because like
Yeah, precisely.
yeah, like he had that power and now he doesn't have it because like the form of sorcery that's in the Exiled Lands is not.
Cara,
For
sabe o que é
whatever
pior,
reason,
mano?
He can't harness that same
Eu dei um
power
ataque
despite him
hacker
being able to
ontem
use
do
the
Ruin
sorcery
System
before
e
he ended
limpou a
up here.
base.
Yeah, traditionally
Então
in the
assim,
Exiled
cara,
Lands, magic
jogar
is
no Conan no
suppressed by
PC
the
é
Giant
só
King
PvE,
Bracer.
cara. Porque
For
PvP
some
esquece,
reason,
mano.
unbeknownst to us,
Não dá, cara.
others are able to perform
Fora que eu
sorcery
gastei,
now.
né,
He would
cara?
like to be
Gastei
among those
dinheiro
people
com
that can perform
passe.
sorcery, and he'd like to get out of here. So, yeah, to that end, he has these followers in the world now who you can come up with, speak with,
O que é
and
isso aqui, cara?
they'll tell you a bit of the story behind it. They'll maybe, give you some rewards for what you do in the world.
Ó, isso aí parece
And
um
you
pote
can
de
spend
lacaio,
those
só
here.
que de...
Yeah, so there. So with the update, there will be
temática
I
de
think
feitiçaria,
multiple
né?
headhunting camps, I believe, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Actually, I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but in both Exiled Lands and Sipta, there will be multiple camps that are similar to this one that you can find, that just house Catan Exiles. There's cages to return living
que vai ter
sorcerers that you
missões,
knock out
cara.
and bring back. And there's
Eu só não sei
an
como
altar
que vai-
here that you can place the
Vamos
heads
prestar
upon.
atenção
So
aqui.
once you kill them, you'll take their skull,
Que
put
é
it on
isso
the
aí,
altar,
velho?
and they'll give you a bit of a reward back for that.
So yes, you'll be tasked with bringing back sorcerer skulls or unconscious bodies,
Yep. And
so dead or alive.
Exactly, and the bodies are worth more than the skulls. So you can bring back a lot of skulls really easy if you bring back a body, a bigger reward. And then beyond that, we've got an integration into the new
Pegar os
event.
feiticeiros, vão dar mais
I'm
itens.
trying to rebrand these as encounters, so it's a little less confusing. But there are new encounters in the world that is called Witch Hunt, and they
No
basically
videogame
have
não roda e
a
no
very
PC é só
powerful sorcerer
DDoS,
in the
é
center
bem
of them,
assim, cara, que tá.
who are
DDoS
typically
hacker,
surrounded
velho.
by a
É uma pena, né, cara,
themed
porque o jogo
magical barrier.
é bom,
So we
velho.
have one that's surrounded by these really cool briars, and whenever you destroy the briars, they kind of recede and peel back into the ground and have these really creaky wood noises. But anyway, you kill one of those guys, you get their skull. It's the skull of a powerful magi. You bring it back, and it's worth the most. because it is the least available of any of the things and is coming from a very powerful sorcerer. Whenever you turn those things in, you'll get a new currency that we've added. And this
44
currency is going
pessoas
to be
online,
reused
cara.
throughout several
Aí
chapters.
sim, pessoal, aí
Anytime we do a
sim.
new chapter update, we're going to wipe any of
Desce
the
aí,
currency
meu
that you
parceiro.
have
Aí,
and
Yasmin, no
restart
chat.
from scratch in terms of the rewards that you have, so you can buy things from the new vendors.
Eu só quero meu emote
so the
do
currency
mais
is called Ancient
musculoso que
Obelisk,
desbloqueei no passe, não
And
recebi.
whenever you turn in skulls
Ixi,
or
cara.
bodies here, you'll get some of that Ancient Obelisk. Then you can come speak to
É,
the
bug
vendors,
até na hora de
and you can
comprar
buy
os
certain
bagulho, mano.
things from them for that Ancient Obelisk. So this guy is currently selling a weapon.
No, and then
Caras
so
feiticeiros na
this
cadeia
currency,
vão-
the ancient
vão dar um
obelisk
monte de
is
moeda.
entirely separate from crown coins. This is an purely in-game, like
Yeah, it's
this-
not a paid currency.
yes, yes. So you only get ancient obelisk by turning in heads or bodies of sorcerers, and yeah, it's like a season-specific
Yeah,
kind of thing, right? Yeah.
This time around, it comes from this activity.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we're going to be making new rewards and hopefully offering you.
They're not crown
Not
coins.
crown coins.
Completely disconnected from crown coins. No
They're
relationship.
called Ancient Obelisks.
Yes.
And
Ó, não vai ser as
each chapter, when
coins,
we do
né?
an
Podia
update,
ser
we'll
coins,
get
né,
rid of all of
cara?
them, and we'll
Você
give
pegar
you
os
a new
feiticeiros e ganhar
activity
essa
that lets you
moeda aí,
earn them
porque
in a
Deus o
different
livre,
way,
é
get some
faca no
new
bucho você
rewards.
ficar
Ancient obelisk
comprando.
specifically. Yeah. So
Esses itens
at
do
the end of
bazar é
each
muito
chapter,
caro,
you
velho.
said,
O passe de batalha
will-
até
yeah,
acho
ancient
bom,
obelisk
cara.
will be reset. And then whatever like new thing you do will earn you more. So like yeah, again, decoupled from crown coins. We're not going to wipe the crown coins or anything like that.
Yeah, so one of the things that you'll be able to buy with the Ancient Obelisk in this update is the Mad Prophet armor.
Mm-hmm.
We're still kind of finalizing exactly what things will cost and how long it will take to get every specific thing, or how many activities you have to do or whatever. But
Isso aí, mano. Ó,
As
deixa o
usual, fuck your
like,
server
o
admin. This isn't
gostinha, ativa o sininho.
account items or anything. These are just standard items you would unlock in the game. So if you're an admin, you could just spawn these. You could just give yourself a bunch of obelisks, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to see
Cara,
it.
If
assim,
you
ó,
really
eu-
wanted to, yeah.
E eu tô com muita
Or
vontade de
one
fazer
of my
live,
favorite
cara.
use of the Ancient Obelisk.
Só que assim, é bem cansativo, né, cara?
Is
E
to
fora
purchase
que eu vou
thralls.
levar
Oh
muito...
yeah, you can purchase high-end,
muito
high-end
gold,
converted
cara.
thralls.
Mas eu
right?
quero
they
fazer
will be
muito
here
live
for
por causa de PVP, né?
named thralls. They're just automatically
Eu só-
converted and
cara,
you
só
get them
tem
in
que-
inventory.
Sweet.
This
Esperar o
isn't
momento
in
certo, sei
development
lá,
mode, so
mano.
some of the stuff you see here, like
PC
this
tá
isn't gonna be
foda,
the
cara,
final.
jogar.
Yeah, we're on
The
we're on
thing
a
you
dev-
purchase, there'll
yeah.
be a different item there that you buy. Also,
Verdade, vou
this
comentar
PC
na
doesn't
live
have
deles,
audio,
cara,
right?
sobre hacker, mano.
Does it have audio sent to the stream?
Putz,
Yes.
cara, e agora? O que eu escrevo aqui?
I don't know if I should push the button or not for how long it'll go. However, we're also starting to integrate more voice
Arrumem
acting
o...
in the game as
Como é que é o
well.
nome do...
So the two Catans traders here, the exiled captain, who will tell you what's happening in the world, and the trader, both have some really good VO tied with them. That
Nice.
I was really excited to
Escrever
get
tudo em
done.
português mesmo, foda-se.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, yeah. You were super pumped. You're like, I got a recording session with this guy. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that it's on Test Live, and I feel like it's fine for me to talk about it. But when we were going through looking for people that we could cast, I've mentioned it before, but I'm a really big Mortal Kombat fan, and we got to do a voice acting session with the person that voices Liu Kang.
Não,
in
server
MK11.
privado, dá pra
So
fazer
the
live.
Catan characters sound
Só que,
really
cara,
cool.
é difícil
That's
achar um
rad.
servidor privado bom que não tenha
Like
ADM
Test Live.
abuser.
Yeah, you can just take it out.
Eu, tipo
I
assim,
would play it
eu não
on
vejo
stream,
muita
but I think the
emoção.
first chunks
Se bem
of
que
them
oficial
are very
hoje,
long,
cara,
so
tá
we were just here
4x, né?
talking for a long period of time.
Então tá quase a mesma coisa, cara. Só que, né, oficial...
So we're just like looking at chat stuff right now.
Yeah.
Oficial, cara, acontece essas merdas sempre quando eu entro em um player
so,
grande, mano.
the
Isso que é o
headhunting
foda,
like
cara.
event, and
Começa a
then
dar
the
muita
witch hunts
merda, os caras
are
começam a abrir o...
just kind of like
tipo,
they're
engordar
rolled
os
into, like,
olhos,
the
sei
whole
lá,
encounter
mano, o que
system that we
acontece.
added with
Yeah.
the original Age of Sorcery update, right?
Yeah, so all of we previously called them events, but there's been some confusion between what an
Copiei lá no
event
tradutor,
is
cara. É, daí eu vou ter
and
que sair da tela
what
aqui,
we would
mano.
call like a larger event if we wanted to do like something seasonal or something, right?
Opa,
So in order to
pera aí, cara.
cut that
Que isso,
confusion apart,
velho?
instead of calling them events, I'm just calling them encounters. You might hear me call
E
them
essa
random
roupa aí,
encounters.
samurai, cara?
But this would be something like Portals
Das
to Yoga
Trevas.
or Snake Cult Caravan. Those are encounters. And the Witch Hunt event is something in that vein. So, like I said before, you'll show up, you'll see some monsters or something magical protecting a very
Cara, vai
powerful
ter
sorcerer.
muito evento.
And you defeat their minions, break down their barriers, and take their skull.
Yeah, right now what we have on
Será que
screen, what
esses
we
aí
should
são
have
os
on screen right
feiticeiros
now
pra
is
gente
a short preview video of like what some
caçar,
of
no
the
caso?
witch hunt encounters look like. So they're themed based on like, I guess, I don't want to say elements, but like, yeah, they're just themed. So like you'll have one that's like the demonic worshippers,
Nossa,
one
o
that's like
console vai
necromancy, one
sofrer, hein,
that's like
pesado. Meu
Yeah,
Deus do
it's
céu, já
just
sofre,
domains of
né?
magic. Each of the sorcerers in the witch hunt event are sort of like lieutenants to Karak. If you guys remember, Karak is the person that's appeared in the exiled lands and brought magic to everybody. So these are his most powerful followers.
Oh, and then these encounters, do we? I forget if they've changed, but are they going to be like consistent additions to the game? Like, will they remain even after like Chapter 2 ends?
Yeah, so pretty much with all the events that we add, unless there's something that's really contextual that doesn't make sense to
Roupa de
carry
samurai
on,
das trevas,
we
vou
just
ficar
intend
ainda
to add
melhor
them
de
to the
katana.
pool of random encounters that
Katana
can
tá
occur.
roubada, hein, cara.
So
Levei
even after
golpe esses
Chapter
dias de
2 is
katana e
gone,
foi
even after
doeu
the Age
até a
of
alma.
Sorcery is gone, there will still be sorcerers in the world that you can find and kill.
Realmente uma pena. O jogo é muito bom,
It's
mas vem
really
piorando
cool, right?
cada vez mais, cara.
We get a-
Mas assim, é que nem eu falei, cara.
Is-
Questão de
um,
conteúdo
Will the
tá sendo muito
Catan
bom.
camps to like
Só
collect
que a
heads
questão
and
de
bodies still
desempenho
be
tá uma
up
merda,
after Chapter
cara.
2?
Olha
Is
isso,
this,
cara.
is this specifically exclusively
Mas dura
for Chapter
muito,
2?
cara, muito
Right now, we
diferente do
plan
que eu
for
já
this to
vi,
just be
entendeu?
part of Chapter 2. Some things will
Eu
make
espero que
to
seja
keep-
no
make
passe,
sense
não
to
no
keep as a
bazar, né? Que o
permanent
bazar é
fixture,
faca no
but
bucho,
this is
cara.
one that's part of the storytelling, part of the narrative that's going forward. So, you know, as we move beyond this point in
Pergunta
time,
se
it won't
os
make sense for them
banimentos
to
vão
be there.
parar,
And,
cara.
you guys will eventually see where that
É, eu vou
leads
ter que
to.
sair da live e vou ter que entrar no
reasons.
tradutor, cara. Pra
Yes.
copiar, mano.
What Andy said.
Mas o certo era perguntar
Reddit L
mesmo,
word,
cara.
we love it.
Oh, yeah, I super love it. I've been getting a lot more involved with it as of late, and it has been a blast.
Oh, tem uma
that's
galera
right. Yeah,
reclamando,
you've
cara.
been doing a lot of like writing stuff for.
Yep,
for the
planning
chapters,
out.
yeah.
You guys will see there's a kind of stark change in the battle pass text in this version, where it is more a story being
É,
told
essa live aqui vai demorar,
directly
pesado.
to you instead of something a bit more
Deixa eu ver os
rhetorical.
comentários aqui.
And I intend to carry that out through the preceding seasons, and I'm actually working with the story that we're telling in game now, so I think it's going to be
Exciting, yeah. Yeah, you've assumed direct control, and you're like,
Yeah,
yes.
pretty much.
Tem item no
Mine.
bazar que vale mais que o jogo
I'm excited
todo.
to see
Pois
what kind
é,
of weird
cara.
shit you throw at us.
Yeah. I know you guys are just seeing Chapter 2 now, but Chapter 3 is going to be nuts.
Oh yeah, we have all sorts of stuff like written out. Oh, and then sorry, and I did see someone
50
write in chat
pessoas
also
ao
these
vivo.
headhunting camps will also be
Aí,
be
pesado.
available on Isle of
Bom-
Sipta, not
bom
just
saber,
Exiled Lands,
cara.
and they'll be
Começar
in
a fazer
multiple
mais live, hein?
locations, so it's like
Tem que
there
programar
won't be
umas
just like
lives de PVP,
a single
cara.
camp.
Pra ver se
that would be-
bomba, mano.
That would
Oh,
probably,
yeah, for sure.
probably especially on like PvP servers.
This particular one is just the one I always come
Bora,
to test
Billy.
because it's at my camp.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so another question that I did actually see pop up in chat. For the locations for the Catan camps, like, what will happen to like bases or
Bagulho
buildings that like
cabuloso,
be
né? O
nearby those,
queixão
or do you
de-
pick spots for the
Esse
camps that
faraó, né?
are deliberately like away from like buildable areas?
Yeah, like the previous content we've put in, we just put it in no build areas specifically, so you don't have to worry about your base being there. I
Quando
think
tem
that
muita
going
coisa
forward in the
quebrada,
future
acho
too,
ridículo build de peso pro PVP.
probably
Cara,
starting with Chapter 3, we're going to start doing
build de
something where we
peso,
kind of
cara,
shut down,
é
blast the
escroto,
content
mano.
on the
Ficar
map.
pulando na
So
cabeça dos outros e
we
na
can put it in
PVP,
places
acho,
where people
acho paia
have
também.
built or have not built, but it doesn't necessarily need to be a no build area. It'll just be wherever
Manda
it can find a
abraço
place to
pro
spawn.
pessoal
So
da
if you have a base
França. Meu
somewhere and
marido
you
é
put
super
content
fã
there,
seu.
it
Um
just won't
abraço
shut there.
aí,
It'll show
cara.
up somewhere else.
Oh, okay. I was really hoping you were going to say like you log in and then suddenly there's just like
No, I'm not going to destroy your life. Not this way.
that would feel bad. That would feel very yes, thank you. That would feel really bad, but also that would be extremely funny.
It wouldn't be funny. Loss is terrible.
It is. No, it's true. It's true.
I have a
Hey,
question on the events.
yeah.
I want to see if they can be disabled or deactivated.
Já pensou em alugar no server para os
They
inscritos?
can't
Seria
be
muito
modded.
massa. Cara,
Whenever we created the
eu já
system,
pensei na possibilidade, mas,
Oh
velho,
yeah. So
você não
sorry.
tá
Yeah, the
ligado,
question
cara.
was, will
Que
like your
aparecer de
encounter,
cara
will
que
the
não gosta de
upcoming
mim,
encounters
mano,
and the
querendo
event in
usar o
general
server.
be like moddable,
Mano, eu não ia
or,
aguentar
like,
administrar,
modifiable,
cara.
or like
Não ia aguentar.
disableable, or
able
like
to be disabled.
yeah. Can parameters be changed like on the admin side for like a private server?
Yeah, so by large, we do have a server setting that lets you just turn off all of the events or encounters, and this will be the same thing.
Então,
So
cara,
you
essa
turn off this
atualização
encounter, you
eu
turn
acho que vai
off all
sair
encounters.
hoje. Eu acho.
Outside of that, we don't currently
Assim
have
que
the
passar
ability,
essa live e passar
uh,
algumas
for
horas, eu acho que vai
people
sair
to
ou
mod these
amanhã, cara.
events. It's a
Eu não
security
lembro
reason.
quando que
I
foi
love,
lançada aquela
just
última
like everything we
atualização.
do, I love to give
Se foi
everyone
lançado
just full
depois da
run
live,
of
eu acho
it,
que
be able
não.
to do whatever they want. But if we give you
Vamos ter que
access to
esperar,
some
cara.
things, then you get access to other things that you shouldn't have access to. So
Yeah.
this is one of the endpoints where we had to cut off and say, unfortunately,
Salve,
you guys cannot.
lendário.
E
o hacker lá, lendário, hã? Tomemos fumo, hein, cara? Puta
I
que
made the
pariu.
event system, the actual skeleton
Já
of the
pensou em criar
event
um
system
Discord do
itself,
canal?
or
Cara,
as it's now called,
verdade,
the
mano.
encounter system.
Tem coisas que eu
It's not
tô
that difficult,
moscando,
so
velho. Eu
if
vou
you guys
fazer
are modders and you look
essa
into it,
play
you know,
aí, velho.
I'm sure you can
Juntar a
figure it
galera
out
do
real
canal só
quickly
no
yourselves.
Discord.
I know that, like in Savage Wilds, for example, they're working on their own events in the map as well that follow a similar structure to
Pô, a
what we
galera
do.
do Xbox aí disse que tá bombando, né, cara? Ó, mandar um salve aí pra galera do Xbox que me acompanha. Eu queria jogar muito, cara, naquele console, mano. Os gráficos é muito bonito, velho. Só que me falta La Plata
Oh, and then actually, I'm
pra
sure this is
comprar outro,
kind
né,
of on
cara?
that
Não tem como,
topic.
velho.
Mod dev kit.
Eles podiam fazer um lugar na cidade do Conan com quests.
So obviously Test Live is
Bem
out
isso
today.
mesmo, cara.
We initially wanted to have Mod Dev Kit out today with Test Live as well.
É um Discord mais 18.
Right now, we believe Mod Dev Kit will be shipped on the 15th, which is
É um
1
servidor
week
pra
from
inscritos,
today.
cara. Eu acho
And
que
then
vai
if you guys are
que
following
dá
our
ruim, cara.
timelines and projections,
O
it
servidor vai
should
cair toda
allow
hora. Os
around
caras vão
3
ficar
weeks to
dando
be
ataque
able
DDoS,
to
mano.
update any mods that you have.
Yep. Yes, Nicole.
Someone had asked if the new coins, what are they called? This one?
Ancient obelisks.
Ancient obelisks.
Are they going to be accessible in the dev kit?
Vocês não vão mostrar mais nada não? Vão ficar de papinho?
So just like the armor itself, you know, it's not monetized in any way. It's just a new item in the game, so you should be able to get them yourselves.
Sweet.
Opa, vou mostrar alguma coisinha.
Yeah, because I know that was
Ou não?
it's a good thing to cover because
Pô, e é
we had
foda,
some
né?
issues the last time
Tá
with the
só
mod
falando.
dev kit.
Quer conversar, marca um
And like
risoto.
I said, you know, that's just our projection. Like right now, we don't have any reason to believe it will be any later than the 15th.
Os franceses chegaram na live. Um
Yeah,
abraço aí pra galera da
guys will try
França aí,
best.
Yeah,
cara.
like sometimes.
Galera de
like, yeah,
Portugal
unavoidable,
também, mano, me
unforeseen, like,
acompanha. Tem galera da França.
walls or
Nossa, vai
hurdles
passar uma
that pop
carreta
up
agora.
and-
It's a whole
Galera da
separate
França,
matter.
Portugal,
Yeah, it's like
Turquia.
we're updating the game and
Caralho,
we're updating the
viado.
dev kit
É.
and another. So
What are you having a giggle back
It
there?
looks like you're having. Someone said like, why is Andy
Meu pai
on
trocou
fire?
Xbox 360
It looks like
mais
you're
R$1.000 por um
Oh.
One de Série X, cara. Pô,
This
fez
is
um bom
fine.
negócio, velho.
I'm always on fire, baby.
yeah, that's a secret.
That's my secret. Everything's always on fire around me.
Also, I apparently they can hear me, but I am collecting.
Aí
questions
PVP
from
vai
the
dar
chat
ruim
that
toda
I will
hora.
have put
É,
in at
cara.
the
Eu vou
end
tentar,
that I
mano.
will
Vou tentar
ask.
fazer alguma coisa,
Okay.
mas não.
I don't want to interrupt you guys.
Tipo assim, eu vou fazer a live, mas não garanto que vai ser aquelas coisas,
Oh,
tá?
gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know if chat could hear Nicole very clearly, but chat does appear
Paga o
to be
Game
able to
Pass
hear her
ultimamente,
just fine.
você joga em nuvem.
Not
Não
too worried, but
precisa
if you
de
do want us to like
videogame.
repeat a
E
question or
tu-
something like that,
Tu ainda joga
let us know,
a
please.
melhor versão do Game Pass.
um,
Então, cara, só que o meu
I lost my train of
PC,
thought, sorry.
velho, ele
We
não
were
roda
talking
o
about
Conan no Ultra.
events.
E no
slash
Xbox
encounters.
o jogo tá rodando no Ultra.
Yeah, and
né?
mod kit stuff.
Os gráficos
Oh, yeah,
estão
so
muito
event,
bons.
yeah, the event.
Acho que o meu
or
PC
the
não vai
encounters
aguentar não,
themselves
cara.
won't be in the mod kit. Mod kit will be coming out. The goal is next week, next Tuesday, the 15th.
Ó, o saúdo da Espanha, ó, um abraço pra galera da Espanha, velho, me
Think
acompanhando
that-
também, cara.
Should cover that. Oh, and then chapter 2
Todo
itself.
mundo gosta de ver você tiltado, cara.
The aim is to
Ultimamente,
have that
velho, eu
out
tô
December
sendo um pouquinho mais paciente, velho, mas, cara,
So, you know,
Tem
like I
umas horas
said
que é
before, we have
foda.
like a 90, probably I think 91 days is the time between our releases. We're trying to stick to it as much as we can. There's a lot of reasons to stick to it. Consistency.
é
is
o moro na
important
beira da
is one of the
BR.
biggest
Pior
ones,
que
right?
é, eu
Like,
moro em frente a
if you
uma...
guys know something's
uma
coming, you can plan
construtora,
for it to be
cara.
out, and
Aí fica
you're
esse
more likely
barulho aí,
to,
velho.
you know, participate with it, see the new stuff. Yeah, it's really as straightforward as that. You know, we're working in 91-day cycles, and we hope to hit our targets every time.
Yeah, and I think.
Gringo gosta de caçar, velho.
Do we have
Brasileiro,
like a
mano.
time
Os
remaining
gringos são
counter
muito...
with the Tesla?
Tem gringo muito
Let me
gente
check
boa,
that.
cara, mas tem...
There used to be a timer here in the battle
Tem uns
pass
caras
that
que é
said how
foda.
many days were
Ó,
left.
esse aí é o novo
I
passe?
don't
Não?
know if that's on live right now. I can't remember.
Não, esse aqui já tinha,
it-
velho.
I think that we did fix it for chapter 2, but obviously what you guys are seeing here is actually the chapter 1 battle pass. So some stuff in the build, we're on an internal dev build right now, and it doesn't have all of the stuff that you'll see.
Yeah, like the back, like we have separate backends that don't like always talk to each other, and so we kind of had to like finagle some stuff to get this to work with
Yeah.
with our dev account, and it's, yeah, not everything is showing right now.
Eventually, there will be a little timer up here that says how many days are remaining in the
Cara, eu vou ver se eu
Okay,
faço uma live agora, mano. Eu vou entrar no servidor onde eu
Alright,
levei o
Lexus, that's
ataque
not
hacker,
in the live version, yeah.
pra vocês verem o
We
que,
do intend
que
to have a
sobrou da
counter.
base lá.
Because that's important.
Yep. It lets you know how much time you have left.
Okay, well, we will look into that then. Make sure that there is a timer on there.
Na verdade, o certo é eu fazer live mais à noite,
Ok.
cara, que daí é horário de raid já. Porque senão vocês só vão ver eu farmando,
So of
cara.
course this is not
Eu tô
the
sem
only thing
nada,
that's
mano.
gonna
Tô sem
be
armadura,
included in
sem
chapter
porra
2.
nenhuma, cara.
I
O hacker me
know
limpou,
several
velho.
people in chat also were asking for what other kinds of things we can expect to have included. So we will cover some of that.
Não,
real
Flávio,
quick. So
assim, ó, eu
we
jogo
looked at
no
the witch
PS5,
hunts,
PS4 é a
we
mesma
looked at
coisa,
again,
né? Mas é o
we
PS5
took a
só
quick look at some of the
melhora os
other
gráficos, tá
head-hunting
ligado? Mas eu
camps.
ainda jogo,
This is
velho.
just an example of one that you can
Que
find
isso,
in Isle
cara?
of Sipta. They just kind of
É pra capturar os
they'll all
feiticeiros,
have
mano,
like a
no
similar
mínimo.
look. So they'll be kind of this like towering caravan with cages, and there'll always be like a brazier, like a sacrificial brazier that you can stick heads in. If there's more, like the skulls eventually like pile up and like show up in the brazier, or is that a thing that's just
Yeah,
in-
I can spawn a bunch of them if you
Sweet,
want
yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Ó o samurai aí
I'm
das
just letting the
trevas.
video play through also
Roupinha
just
da
to
hora,
like, show
pô.
like what one of the costumes
Or
looks
as
like.
I accidentally called them,
Será que você vai destravar
Yes.
essas duas roupas, cara?
Very good.
Yeah, so you guys will see this
Carol
later
Crânio.
too, but as you get skulls and add them to the
Aqui
bench, you'll get
service
some
it.
rewards and you'll get a bunch of obelisks and
Pera aí,
everything.
velho, ó,
and
ele
you
tá
can stack up
trocando
a
os-
bunch of skulls. When we were in development, I was like, I need more skulls. They made a thing and it had like 6 skulls on it, and I was like, okay, more skulls, more. And I just kept asking for more and more skulls till we got this really giant pile of them.
Did we ever get a guess for how many skulls were in that pile on social
Oh,
media?
that's right. Good question. I've got to look.
Actually, yeah, out of curiosity,
Tá,
do you
mas
know
isso
the
aqui-
maximum number of skulls that this thing can display?
Yeah.
I'm actually super curious, like
Vai
how many
colocar
are
aqui no
actually
gasto
showing
no,
up there.
no,
I don't know the number
no
myself.
negócio ali, né?
I did
no
get an
pote.
update on the
Você vai
counter
ganhar moeda
for the
de
battle
ouro,
pass.
moeda de
The counter
prata.
can be added
Você
after
vai
we
ganhar
announce the
sangue
release
de
date.
demônio.
So after this stream, we should be
Fogaça e
able to add
basalquinca, é
the
isso?
timer anytime to show how
Ah,
much
mas isso
time
aqui
is
vai
Oh,
left.
quebrar, velho.
Good.
Yeah, the rewards may be
Mais
subject
bugs
to
e
change as well
desespero.
too.
Pior
We're
que
still
é,
kind of
cara.
feeling the rewards out specifically
Okay.
as well. But that is an idea of the kind of stuff that you'll see. You know, like we have to think of stuff that has value and things that it's not just like super easy. For
Então,
you to
cara, se eu
farm on
fizer
your own.
live mesmo, eu vou
So
fazer
we
no
wanna give
YouTube,
some
cara.
stuff that,
Na Twitch não rola
incentivizes
não,
you to
velho.
actually want to participate in the
Na
activity
Twitch,
or make it feel like you didn't
É
lose
capaz de eu
time
levar
because
ban
you want to do
em
something
em
else.
2,
Right?
3 dias de
I
live.
can't farm alchemical base because I want to go do this event and get the armor. Well, you did the event. Here's some alchemical base for your time.
Oh,
Basically.
that's good.
Marco
Yeah, 'cause, like,
Bizarros.
there's already like plenty of like.
Cara, vocês
There's a
sabem
lot
como é
of
que
things
farma
to
esse
do in
crânio
the game
gasto,
already,
né?
especially in terms of like
Se
upkeep
usa a
and
faca
upgrading
de
and stuff.
Zati
So, like,
nas
more-
aranhas e pega a
more
bolsa de
parallel
Zati e pega
lines of, like,
monte, cara.
things to do can definitely cut into
Não sei
your
qual que vai ser
Yeah.
a serventia disso aí.
task list.
Like internally in playtest, we realized that like a lot of the time you'll spend a day of playtesting just preparing to do something.
Cara,
for
o jogo
another
do
activity.
Conan
So,
tem
you know,
várias
through the
possibilidades. Eu, se eu
activities
fosse
that we had, we wanna
rico, eu
not make the
comprava
game take
essa
even
merda
longer
desse
for you
jogo
in
e,
that way.
cara,
Yeah, we don't
colocar
want
nos
like
trilhos, mano.
chores that you just have to do all day. Yes,
Os
Nicole.
caras têm a faca e o queijo na mão, pô.
Yeah.
Can we do the witch hunt if we are
Os caras é
sorcerers?
foda, velho.
You
Os caras
can.
não
So yeah,
pensam,
the question was, are we able to do the witch hunt encounters even if we are sorcerers or corrupted
So,
ourselves? Why not? I will ask.
That's an important thing to know, probably.
I'm pretty sure it was actually talked about, and I just missed
É,
the
cara.
thing. So I'm
Eu vou
going
me
to scroll
programar a fazer
through
live, mano.
some
Já
chat
passou
lists,
da hora, né,
and we
cara?
can keep talking about other stuff.
Eu faço a live,
Well, while you
gravo
do
e
that,
daí
I wanna show you
edito,
guys
né?
something really
Também.
cool that we
Faço as
added
edições.
in the
Vamos ver
battle
se vão
pass.
mostrar o bater
And this is
press
also a
em
little
novo.
bit of a work in progress still too, because
Até
we're
agora não
expanding
mostraram.
it to encompass more than it currently does. But for a lot of things like emotes, we've added a little paper doll over here so you can actually see the emote in action before you unlock it. This will be available in the bazaar too, so you'll
Esse
have more of an
emote é
idea
legal,
of what
cara.
you're buying when you buy
O
something.
passe de batalha não
You
tem
can
que
also
reclamar,
rotate this
mano.
around.
Mas agora, o
you know, so you
bazar,
can look at it
velho.
from different
Puta
angles.
que pariu, cara.
It
É
shows the
muito
armor and
caro.
stuff that's on your character now. So if you're looking at a different armor piece, it'll like swap out the one that you're looking at. And
Não, é
this
caro,
also
e o
works
trouxa que
currently
compra ainda, né?
for armor sets. So now you can see a full armor set. I think that when the ships for Chapter 2, we'll probably be able to see war
Ah,
paints.
crânio de
If you
feiticeiro
don't see it
específico, eu
in
acho que não é
Chapter 2,
crânio
you'll see
gasto
it
não,
shortly
cara.
after, because
Eu
that's
acho que é o
like the
crânio
next
de
thing on our
feiticeiro
list.
mesmo, velho.
But
Porque senão ia ser muito
ultimately,
fácil,
we
cara.
want to be
Ia
able
ser
to
muito
show
fácil.
all the stuff that
O passe mudou, cara, eu acho que vai
you
mudar,
can
mano.
buy
Depois
in
eu
a
vou
more
entrar pra dar uma
engaging
olhada.
way to make it just cooler to look at.
Well, yeah, and it's just like good, like you said, also like generally speaking, it's good to know what you're getting.
Definitely.
Oh, does this apply to the shop or like the bazaar as well?
Oh yeah, I had mentioned it, but it
Eu
should be
espero que dê pra
visible
upar o
inside
passe
because
no
it's-
modo
I
ADM de
missed that while I was
novo, cara.
cruising
Porque,
chat. Oh,
velho,
by the way, the answer to your question is yes.
é
Oh,
chato,
we
cara.
can.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have the specific details on that. I don't know if you do, but that
I
could
do.
be a really
Xbox
good thing to
poderia
talk
comprar
about here
a
as well.
Yeah.
Pois
so,
é, cara.
additionally, starting from the 11th to the 21st of November.
Seria algo mais
Just double
trabalhoso,
check
né,
here. Yeah,
cara?
11th of November to the
Criar
21st
canal
of
de
November, we'll be
reposte.
having a bonus XP event.
Right. So the XP doesn't really just
Cara,
apply
assim,
to
ó.
character XP. It's actually more
Eu
about
não
the battle
gosto de
pass
ficar
itself.
entrando, tipo,
So any challenges you complete in that
em
time,
vários servidores,
will
toda
be
vez que der
giving more
merda em um
experience.
servidor, eu tenho que
I
ficar
believe
trocando
we're
servidor.
also
Fica
increasing
monótono,
the
né,
base
cara?
value
Ficar sempre começando do
of the
zero, velho, é
challenges that you
foda,
complete
cara.
because by large right now everyone is a little bit further behind than we thought
Putz,
they
minha
would
mãe
be
me
in terms of
ligando,
being able to
cara.
complete the battle pass. So we want to speed
Pera
it
aí,
up so there's
pessoal,
a
minha
little
mãe
bit
me
more catch
ligando.
up, and then going into the next battle pass as well, it'll be easier to complete than the battle pass is to complete right now because those base values will remain higher. So yeah, you'll see higher base values and higher multipliers,
That's good to know.
presumably.
Presumably.
I'm
it was
trying to
actually
say, I'm trying to say how that you know that's the plan right now, but you know,
Ideally, that's the
Yeah.
yeah, that's how we envision it. That's actually really good to know. I wasn't super sure on like how like battle pass progression was kind of like looking like
Yeah.
like at large,
Yeah,
like at
so-
a glance.
we're keeping
mal
track of
usado.
everything. We're keeping track of how far people are in battle pass. What kind
Nada
of
sobre a
engagement people
transferência
have
de
in
personagens dos
monetization and
servers,
things like that,
cara.
and
Eu
adjustments
acho
along the way,
que
like I
não
said
vai
we
ter
would.
mais, velho.
So it's one of those cases
Não
where
falaram mais
actions
nada,
speak
cara. Não
louder
fiquei
than
sabendo mais
words.
nada.
So
E eu
we
acho que não
have
vai ter
data
mais,
that we can
não.
look at and
Boa
know
tarde,
which adjustments will
Flaviano
make more people
Silva.
happy, and we go in that direction to just try to make everyone have a better time.
Yeah,
Tá,
as it
vamos ver
turns
se
out,
vocês vão
we
mostrar
try
mais
to
alguma coisa aí,
make a
cara.
game that like
É.
Yeah,
amazing. I know
that's the goal.
that's the goal.
I don't know if you want to mention, but also this update won't just have new stuff, or there'll be fixes and stuff involved.
Oh my God, there's like I think you said like there's like 800 lines of fixes in our like Excel sheet internally or something like that.
Yeah,
Então,
so
assim, já mostraram.
obviously there are patch notes on Test Live right now. It doesn't go into the nitty gritty on all the specific things
Pô,
that
cara,
are
eu
fixed,
joguei
but
muito pouco
our patch notes
Cita.
are
Eu queria
compiled from
voltar a jogar em
Excel
Cita
sheet
também, mas
that
no
we,
PC,
we dump all
servidor
of
tudo
our
vazio.
complete tasks into an
Joguei
Excel
Cita
sheet
tudo
and then
vazio. E no
go through them
console,
line by line
cara,
and
eu acho
compile
que
the
é
patch
um ou
notes.
dois que estão
Ignacy,
cheios.
thank you. That's what Ignacy does. And yeah, I think I looked at it this time,
Fala,
and there was something like
Gênesis.
800
Salve, salve,
lines
mano. Boa
of
tarde aí, cara.
completed tasks, which includes all the fixes we've done. Everything, almost all of them were verified to be fixed. So
Tá, cara, eles não
there
mostraram
is a
o
big amount of
passe,
stuff
velho.
going into this update.
O
Sweet.
novo passe. Eu tô curioso pra saber o que
We
que
don't
tem,
have
cara.
any.
E
Sorry,
já
I'm
sabe
just
que
gonna
vai
answer
ter
one
duas
question
armaduras
that's
novas aí, né?
What about character transfers? Are you planning to return it? I don't have a
Acho que vai dar umas
timeline for
3 horas
character
de live,
transfers
velho.
right
Isso é
now.
louco.
Just no new information is the current information I have. I know that there are a lot of people that want it, so it is on our radar. Absolutely.
Sweet. In addition, I would like to also highlight some of the other stuff that's going into the update that's not just fixes.
Please do.
Showing some of the other cool stuff off. So obviously, like
Cara, é
headhunting
assim, ó.
event
O problema da
and battle pass
transferência
stuff isn't, or like
é que muito
the fact that there will be battle
grande,
pass isn't the only thing
eles
that
ficam
we're
migrando
adding
de
with it.
servidor em
And of course, like bug
servidor,
fixes and all that.
wipando todo
There'll
mundo.
be a bunch of new
Cara, a melhor
cosmetic
maneira
options,
de
building
você manter
options,
um
building
servidor
options,
vivo,
obviously like cosmetics.
parar
Apart
com
from the
os,
Mad
com,
Prophet
com os
gear,
ban,
we have a couple here that I'd like
que é
to show
ridículo.
you.
Porque,
One
cara,
of the things that we'll
antigamente
be
tinha clã que
adding,
ficava,
is
cara,
a
1
full-blown,
ano, 2 anos, cara, alfa do
edge maze
servidor.
set.
E tipo
So you
assim,
can create your own,
cara, eu sei que é foda, mas
whatever you wanna do.
velho,
You can create your
os
own,
servidores, cara, era
crazy,
tudo cheio, mano. O cara tinha que defender a sua base,
hedge
entendeu?
maze, and they'll also, of
Hoje,
course, be
cara,
professionals,
que
new
nem
pets,
eu entro no servidor, não
including
duro
this
2 semanas, velho. Porque
beautiful.
ou é hacker ou é
kitty.
ban, sacou?
And if you
Que
want to play
isso,
souls
cara?
as well. There'll also be
Como é que é o nome desse gato aí?
New
Gato, sei lá,
storm
pelado,
glass
mano.
pieces that'll be cathedral themed. So this is an expansion of the existing storm glass set, but there will be a whole bunch of new options such as
Vi uns gatinhos, pets ali, cara.
as well as large doors,
Que
large.
da hora, mano.
That buttress though.
That buttress though.
Pô, aquele Opa!
that
Estrutura
buttress-
nova de vida e trovão, hein?
So yeah, there'll be a whole new set of external and internal building pieces, as well as internal
Essas
accessories
estruturas
and
aqui não
decorations
tinha,
as
cara.
well. We'll show some of
Vai
the
vir
interior
estrutura nova
bits
de vida e
in
trovão,
just a
mano.
moment here. Once this clip finishes.
Que da hora,
so here we
velho. Vai
have
dar
the
pra fazer
character,
uns castelão. Cara, olha essa armadura,
The interior
velho.
bits, the pillars, of course, I think are new.
Eu sei que é muito PvE, cara. Eu tenho coração de PvE
Well,
também,
yeah,
mano.
they're actually one
Não
by
sou só
one, but
PVP não, velho.
it takes 4 grid spaces to create a pillar because you have to put a corner. They're all corners. So you put 4
I
corners
see.
together. There's a bottom, a middle, and a
Tá,
top
porra,
piece.
que é isso,
So you can make the
viado?
pillars as tall as you want as well.
Cool.
The illusionist painting is really cool. The closer you get to it, the more corrupted the painting becomes. So as the camera zooms out, I guess we won't get to see it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
It
shot
shifts.
that we had. Yeah, I knew that it like shifted between like corrupted and not corrupted.
Gato com Covid.
But yeah, the clip that we got was like.
Acho que vai zerar o
still
passe
really slow
antigo,
pan, and
cara.
by the time like, you
É
got away
sempre
from it,
assim,
like, you
mano,
could barely
em
see like the
outros jogos.
change, so, and I didn't have a chance to like do
Gato de
the shot that I
box.
wanted to do in game.
É,
Does the
mitologia
shot
egípcia
also
do
show,
Conan, cara.
the
Da hora,
vines?
pô.
I wonder.
No, but we do have a clip for that specifically. We'll show the maze
Esse
again so you can see the
labirinto aí.
kitties, and then we can. I don't know.
The hedge maze is awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Yeah.
Isso aqui é no
So
exílio,
the
cara.
hedge pieces it's modular pieces, just like building pieces.
Cara, que da hora,
They
mano.
don't snap like building pieces. Last I used them, at least, they were just placeable, so you can make any shape you want. It's not confined to just squares and angles. Like you can make a curve of walls if you
Árvore
want to.
legal.
There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with the hedge maze.
And
Meu cartão de
then,
crédito já
let's see,
tá,
where
já tá
is
chorando, cara. O meu
this?
também, velho.
Yes.
Cara, é foda,
And
né?
of
Quando você
course,
gosta de
like,
uma
themed
coisa,
around,
por
like,
mais
our
que
headhunting
esteja uma
event,
merda
there'll be
na
some
maioria
new
das vezes,
decorations
cara,
where
você
you
acaba
can
gastando,
have some
cara.
prisoners or some bounty posters and wall ivy at
Yeah.
Mas
last.
eu que-
Yeah, finally. So you can
Eu que
actually
tenho que
now
mostrar os
finally
conteúdos,
decorate
cara.
the
Eu-
exteriors of your
Cara,
buildings
infelizmente, mano.
with beautiful creeping vine that crawls up
Se tu
your
joga PvE,
walls.
cara,
We also have a new
vale a pena,
little-
sabe?
little
Em algumas
house for your
coisas. Olha o
furry
cachorro,
buddies.
mano.
There's a new dog in
bagulho
there as well.
egípcio.
A new doggo.
Medium themed dog in the medium.
I think we have a new Pictish themed
What the f-
outfit. I forget where you get that
Essa
from. but
dancinha
yeah.
dançarina aí, nova, hein?
I can't remember which one it's on either. All of the assets. You look at all this stuff, and there's so much stuff you have to make.
Cara, as armaduras, velho.
Yeah.
Category, but
Essa do samurai, cara,
those are the new
uma
armor
das
sets between
mais
the
top,
battle pass and the
velho.
bazaar.
Isso aí,
Actually, at the
cara,
very end
vai
of
estar
that
no
video,
passe,
there's a
mano.
purple guy on the right side.
Vou ter que upar essa
That
porra.
was the armor
Ó,
set
se
we made
lançar
from
hoje, eu upo
Necromosis.
hoje essa
We
merda.
wanted to give him a
Porra.
little bit of an overhaul.
Oh, cool.
But there was also a tech issue that stopped us from putting things that we sell on the NPCs. So
Oh.
the armor set that was on the left in the end of that video is how the Conan Exiles were supposed to look. If you remember the tableau from
Cara,
season or from
da hora,
chapter
velho,
1,
da hora.
you see that armor set in the tableau.
Assim, cara, eles têm que consertar as
Actually,
I'm
merdas
gonna
do,
pop these up
do,
onto the stream as
o
well.
que tá
just so
acontecendo com o
folks-
sol,
Actually, that's
cara.
the chapter 2 tableau. You guys haven't seen it yet. I lied.
Que, velho, tá complicado. Tá ligado?
But whenever
Eu
that
me
pops up, you'll see
animo
these
com
guys.
conteúdo
They are
novo, eu me
representative
animo,
of the
cara,
people that
mas,
are in the
velho,
game, but we didn't get to put that
na hora
on
que vai
the
jogar
for
é
chapter 2.
triste,
We
cara.
are looking to fix that for chapter 3. So
Tem que arrumar
whenever
isso aí.
we have
Fora
a cool armor
a
set we make
questão
for
do
a
anti-cheater,
character,
ou
we can also make
anti-cheater
it
não,
one that
o anti-hacker
you
no
are
PC
able
tinham
to,
que dar um jeito, velho, porque, cara, você,
and
você
everything
vai
is
gastar passe de batalha, vai comprar bazar, se você vai jogar PVP, né, aí você vai perder tudo, cara,
Alright,
por causa
let's see if I
uns
can
merda
just
no,
go on
no
here.
jogador, né, cara. Agora pro cara que joga PVE, cara,
Pop up. Why
é
not?
mais tranquilo,
Yeah.
né?
So that's the Conan Exiled armor. Because of the environment we're on, I can't spawn it on myself right now. But that's really what it looks like in game right there. It's really cool.
Olha, cara,
There's a spear that goes with it as well.
essa
that
armadura é
matches.
muito
Oh, and it's
estilosa, velho.
gigantic, isn't it? Or
E o tal do
was-
chinelão,
It
hein?
was at one point
Ê,
gigantic.
chinelão, velho.
It was like I was playing Dark Souls and I had a colossal weapon in my hand.
O cara faz um
The spear was
chinelo.
like, 50% too big. It was really cool.
Yes. Yes. Here's another look at one of the other armor sets. I believe this is like a necromancer
Olha essa
themed
armadura de
armor.
feiticeiro, que
It's
da
also
hora,
shown
velho.
at the end
E
slide there.
parece ser uma armadura leve.
And that's also shown in the scene where the character was walking into the cathedral. That was the same armor set.
And then A fun little addition. Wait, hold on. Where is it?
Hold.
Hold.
I'm holding.
Hold.
Katana exiliar.
Kitty.
Olha, cara, cara, como é que é o nome desse gato, velho?
Another cool thing about the cats actually
Egípcio
is
é...
that yeah,
Não é
not
gato de
only can you
bengala,
get a
é
cat
um nome bem
in,
estranho, cara.
I believe the battle pass. It might be the bizarre. Don't quote me.
Cara,
we
os
also
pets
added
tinham
hairless
sido
cats in the
nerfados,
world,
mas o Denis
so
sabe tava
you can
forte,
now
cara.
find,
Tava
pick
matando
up,
o
and
Aqui.
tame
Mas eles vão
normal hairless
nerfar de
cats as a
novo.
pet that sits around your base.
Eles vão nerfar o Denis sabe, ele tava muito roubado.
Yay.
I think there's 3 colors.
I'm excited.
There's like a buff one, a black one, and
Are we gonna shout out any of these artists?
Buff one?
No.
yeah, like tan.
Like, wait. Shout out
Buff
the
is like
artist.
tan, not muscly.
Oh, I thought we were talking just like
Persa.
just like a hairless space cat that's just like cock diesel. It's just like, yeah, let's go.
64...
On those Stygian roids.
64
Nicole
pessoas vendo a
Sarah.
live.
Sorry, I didn't know if we
Que
knew off
massa.
the top of our head who the artists were. He's. I don't know if asking. If we don't worry.
Vai ser
Oh, I
hiena com
actually
skin.
don't know off the
Boa
top of
pergunta,
my
né, cara? A gente vai
head,
pegar hiena
because it's a
pra
big
fazer skin
collaborative
de
effort
gato.
between like our studio here in
vai
AC
ser,
as well as a number of couple concept artists over in Portugal. I think or yeah, there was one concept artist from our Portugal studio that did a ton of our sorcery concepts, at least for chapter 1. I can't remember off the top of my head for chapter 2 stuff. I know UI stuff is all done by, or a lot of that is done by like Andy Swart. Modeling, I mean, our art producers, Chris Hammond, Chris Devillar does a lot of the
He's our lead
like
3D
sculptures,
artist.
É, cara,
like modeling.
os
So
pets, eles têm que...
credit, of course,
Se
goes
você
to
tiver
our
pet, você tem que
amazing
usar
talented
com build
artists
de
that are here.
autoridade aqui, bom treinamento,
If
senão...
I missed any of
não
you,
via,
sorry.
né?
We can try to link them.
Mas parece que o
later if you'd like.
escorpião e o...
Ah,
E o
yes.
gorila
Oh,
foi
Vebjorn.
bufado.
Yes.
Esses dois aí.
Vebjorn.
Quite the heavy hitter in our studio.
Yeah,
He's been
Vebjorn
around.
is a monster.
He's been around so long.
I'm sure he's watching right now, and I'll just take a moment to say, Vebjorn, you're amazing. You do so much awesome stuff, and like the shortest turnaround time too. It's so great.
Yeah, you put out a lot of stuff, and then also
Cara, eu não
he
me
plays a
considero
lot.
melhor,
So he
cara.
always has like a
Um dos
ton of
melhores.
feedback.
Eu sou um cara normal, na
Slack.
verdade.
Yeah, and Vebjorn's been
Tentando
with us since
jogar a porra
Anarchy
do jogo.
Online. He's been here longer than almost
Yeah.
anybody.
Tentando trazer um conteúdo
Yeah, he did a bunch
legal,
of
né,
monsters
cara? Mas
from
a maioria das
Obrigado
vezes não
also, so
consigo,
he's been
velho.
around
If you ever see a monster
Às
that
vezes
has
dá,
a
às vezes dá
butthole,
ruim.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. Yeah, his signature thing is well detailed sphincters on our creatures.
Dá pra ter gorila assim, pô. É, eu só não
So
lembro
transition.
como agora.
What other
Rapaz, eu nunca tive gorila, na verdade. Eu não sei como é que faz,
And there'll
velho.
be a whole bunch of other things.
Eu sei que dá pra
to expect
pegar
also.
um ponto lá numa
I
caverninha
guess we can talk
lá.
about pet stuff too, because I know
Mas
that
o
was
pet em si eu não sabia que dava pra
not-
criar,
Did
cara.
I at least
Pet
on
stuff.
land?
Faço ideia.
yeah,
Nunca achei
that
filhote
kind of
dessa
was just a
porra.
thing we stumbled into that snowballed. But essentially, we got people reporting, that like the cat pounce damage is insane now, things like that. So we looked into it to figure out exactly what was happening. And when we looked at our data in the back end, there were a lot of followers that you could tame that were made with NPC attacks instead of pet attacks. So basically, they were doing the kind of damage that NPCs were supposed to do baseline, and then scaling up like
É
20
DG
levels with that.
de Hanuman, cara, que eu pegava
so-
agora em outro lugar, eu já não
Yeah,
sei.
you'll find that the pet followers are
Yeti, não
probably a
lembro
bit
também como é que
nerfed in
pega, eu acho
most
que tem
or
que
all
pegar
cases.
na DG
Whenever
da,
they're pets that
na
were
DG.
very
Na
strong to
caverna, é
begin with.
DG, né? É uma mini DG.
However, the
de
reason
Hanuman.
we did this is not just to make them worthless. It's now whenever we want to actually tune
Esse
them up
chapéu
and make
com o
them a
logo
little
da
bit
Band.
closer to what a
Esse,
normal thrall
que
would
esse
be.
aqui?
It's
boné?
we turn basically one knob.
Gato leproso com dor
Instead
de
of having to go
barriga.
through and find all these edge cases and find out exactly why some things are broken, some things aren't. So yeah, I think that in this update you'll find that some cats or some pets, not just cats specifically, but some pets are doing a lot less damage than they did previously. I think that by large,
Some have increased. Some had their like damage output increased as well. Like
Yeah.
gorillas and scorpions enjoyed quite a big boost, for example. Some
gorillas were
others.
very bad, so we made the gorillas better as well. But what we'd like to do is get more feedback
Verdade,
on it going forward,
Bono.
and
Vamos
after
fazer
you've
live e
experienced it,
postar
see
os
what
cortes
it's
do
like. Tell us more about what you think,
PVP,
and
né,
we'll turn
cara?
some knobs a little more.
É bem isso
And
mesmo.
they're never ever going to be a thrall. Like they're never meant to be as good as a human follower that you've converted and equipped out with armor. But they're meant to be a trade-off. They're easier to get, they're easy to tame, and we may be able to do some things
Cara,
like
eu
explore
percebi
making
isso,
them level
velho. Que
faster.
agora o
or
novo
something
método
like that.
de
Give you more
crachar
of a
o seu
trade-off,
inimigo
kinda
é
like we
ficar
did with,
soltando
like, undead
magia no
followers
console,
with
cara.
necromancy.
Yeah.
They're not as
Foda,
good as
cara.
if you had a full-on
Jogador,
human that would
a
last
unidade do
forever.
Conan,
But
cara,
it's a quick means
é
to an
foda,
end,
velho.
just to be able to
A
have
maioria,
someone
grande,
fight with you.
pouco se
Yeah,
salva,
and
cara. A
again, it's
maioria.
important to also keep in mind
do
that like
PvP
I know the word nerf is very spooky, but also like this is intended to be kind of like a phase 0 of like a larger.
That's the baseline.
Se
Yeah,
fizer
like a larger.
live
Like, it's
PvP
laying the
com
groundwork
delay,
for being able
pode
to more
jogar sem medo
effectively
igual. É
balance pet
verdade, cara.
followers,
Dá pra
right?
fazer
Because like,
um delay na
if they're
live,
not
né,
working
cara?
properly, then it becomes a lot harder to balance as a result. And so like now that I've had their like kind of the underlying stuff fixed, it's going to be a lot easier for us to actually like boost them if they need to be.
Cara, essas novas
where we
construções
want
de
them
Rio
to be.
Negro eu gostei,
Kind of like how
velho.
we had with like human
Dá pra
followers. Also,
fazer
like
coisas
there was a lot of like
mirabolantes, mano.
overall we reduced their power, but like there's some trade-offs, and we're still working on some other stuff that will
Esse
also tie
doguinho
into or
pitbull
like
aí, cara.
handshake with some of the changes we made to
Yeah.
thralls and human followers as well.
Yeah, there's another. I know that some people still experience loss with their human followers as well after the last nerf we did.
Mercante, cara.
I think there's still a little
Essa
massaging to do
barraquinha de
there,
feira aí é o que
obviously.
será? Será que é
And on top of
mercante,
that,
mano?
there's
Acho que
actually a
não.
full other system.
Pô,
I think
agora
I
essas
mentioned on
armaduras aí
stream
matou a
before,
pau, cara.
that's going to be
Matou a
coming
pau,
later
velho.
down the line
Eu
to help
curti.
reduce that loss you experience as well.
Bagulho bem
Yeah,
egípcio
still
mesmo,
something we're
cara.
working on. Won't make it for the launch of Chapter 2, but something we're
Yeah,
Eles vão mostrar
very
mais
well
coisa.
aware of. Yeah.
I don't know if it makes anyone feel better or not in any way, but I do play Exiles. Like, I am an Exiles player, and I know what it's like to lose things, and I know how much time you lose when something important
Então, eu
dies
tô jogando
or
num
is
servidor
destroyed.
que eu já
So,
joguei
you know, we
bastante
wanna
tempo no
reduce that
PS5,
while
com a
at the
Yasmin.
same time
Só
not
que como
making
tá
the
acontecendo
game,
muita coisa no PC, eu tô
in such a way that you
intercalando, cara,
keep
não tô conseguindo
everything you ever
focar
have.
no
There's a balance to
console,
stream.
mano. Mas agora que eu levei ataque de hacker, e eu já...
Still look forward
Mais
to.
tarde eu
I've
vou
actually seen a
postar o que
lot of people ask
aconteceu.
about new spells.
Aí eu
we're
acho que eu
not
volto um
currently
pouco no
planning to add
console,
new
cara.
spells immediately.
É o Brutus de Cita,
However,
é
the spell system
verdade,
is
mano.
something that we want to have in our pocket that's like when we introduce new features, we can add spells that have interplay with those as well.
Cara, tem que colocar o óculos, velho.
I don't think that you will see, you definitely won't see a new spell in Chapter 2. I don't believe you will see one in Chapter 3, but whenever we start Age 2, it is highly probable there will be new spells included in the second age, which will not be specifically sorcery themed. So it's not like we're just adding spells for sorcery, but it's another. I always refer to it as tools in our toolbox. You know, it's more things that we can give you guys to play with.
Sorry, I had someone in chat also asking about one other armor set that we hadn't shown off yet. And it looks like we have another question from chat really fast, too.
Cara, esses caras iam levar muita porrada, né,
you know.
cara?
Yeah,
Que
so
pariu, eles têm uma
I
bomba
actually
na
touched on it
mão, né,
earlier, but it
cara?
was probably an indirect
O
answer.
jogo é
so
bom, mas,
people
velho,
might not
dá
have
muito
seen.
problema.
This is the Acaronian
Olha,
Illusionist
cara, que
set
da hora
which will
essa
also be
armadura.
available in the Battle Pass, I believe. Someone
Yeah.
was saying, like, oh, is that a cat ear armor?
Yeah, it's
Só
actually
mudaria a
Fox.
cor, né, cara?
Yeah.
Não ia colocar rosa, não.
This one you can't see it here, but maybe in the video shot you could see it. But it has a fox face on the front and one on the back as well, to kind of create this illusion of not
Oh.
knowing if the
O
character's coming
Insiste, né,
or
ele tá
going.
assistindo. Eu quero que esse
Actually, no,
filho da
that wouldn't be in the video,
puta
but
vá
that is
pro
very cool
inferno,
to
mano.
know.
Yeah, but circling back, people asking about bizarre prices. Yeah.
Eles estão pegando
so
mod
I
de
mentioned it earlier,
referência, cara.
and we have data on what people are
E tem
engaging
muitos
with. what they're
modders aí
not,
que estão
you know.
ajudando a Fulcon
Like I said
também,
earlier,
cara,
actions
em
speak
questão de
louder than
fazer
words, and
conteúdo,
those
né?
actions are empirical. We can look at them
Cara,
and see what you
querendo ou
don't
não,
like, what
assim,
you like,
mano.
what you're willing to do, what you're not, and we will see
Eu não concordo
adjustments
com os
to
valores
things
do
coming
bazar.
in the second
O passe templado eu achei
chapter.
legal.
And it's another one of those things that it's kind of like pet balancing, where we just have to evolve it over
Só
time.
que lá na gringa
Make a
muita
change,
gente
see
compra,
how it
cara.
reacts, make a change.
Isso
see how it
ajuda.
reacts.
Cara,
I think that by
infelizmente
large,
o real
you'll
brasileiro
probably
é
see
isso aí,
those
cara.
updates,
Eles tinham que
like per chapter. So if there's something
deixar
that you don't like
equilibrado
in
o valor
one
brasileiro, mas
chapter,
esse cara
going
não
to the
faz,
next,
mano. É muito caro, velho.
that's the chance to see some
Eu
difference, I
compro
would
porque
say.
eu preciso trazer o conteúdo,
Like
né,
whenever a
velho?
chapter comes out,
Infelizmente.
that's like our best guess for that chapter, and I think for the most part it will stay intact. I don't want
Mas
to be
eu, se eu fosse
100%
tipo, um
like
cara que
that's the way it is.
só
because
jogasse o
anything
jogo, não
at
fizesse
any time in
conteúdo, eu
game
não
development can be
compraria, mano.
changed.
Só compraria o
It's just a
passe,
matter of
não
circumstances.
compraria o bazar, cara. É muito caro, velho.
So, yeah, to kind of summarize, yeah, like it's an iterative process, much like everything. We're not going to nail it on the first try, but we're going to continue like evolving it and updating it and iterating as
Vou
Exiles
só se
continues
derrubar
to
duas
grow
magias,
and
derrubo o certo.
mature,
Puta merda.
and as our like
Foda.
move into like a proper like live service kind of format for Exiles continues to go forward as well.
Is that that's later?
I believe that is later. I don't have.
Okay, we won't
Cara,
talk about
assim, ó,
detail.
Yeah,
We won't talk
I
about
don't know
that.
off the top of my
Esse
head if we
hacker aí
have any
do-
info about that.
Esse hacker do PC, não adianta você denunciar, porque,
Não,
cara,
não,
quando
não,
eles
não,
compram a hacker, vem
we
uma
don't currently
conta,
have
eles ganham uma conta da Steam
Plans
junto,
to,
como forma
support
de, como é que
cross-purchase
é, de
between
garantia.
platforms.
Se levar ban,
I actually touched
ele
on
ganha
this
outra
in my
conta.
live stream, but if you weren't there
Eles
for
sempre
it,
voltam, cara, não adianta, velho.
we
É foda.
we thought it was more important for people to not have to go in and create accounts and sign up for things, to just make it as easy as possible for you to be able to get into the game, and start interacting with it, start being able to, you know, do the battle pass or whatever without having to literally
É,
log
cara,
in and
eles
create
têm
an account
várias
first.
maneiras de
Then
fazer
it
esse
was
passe
to
de
have that
batalha, cara.
cross-platform purchase support.
Ah,
We think
eles tinham que
that
dar
by
um
large,
jeito,
there are not a
melhor
lot
jeito
of players playing on
da
multiple
gente ganhar também
platforms.
as coins, né, cara,
it's
pra
hard to tell,
compensar,
but
velho.
That's the thing that we can explore
Véi,
down the line because
cara,
it's
esse
not
pacote de
impossible.
coins
It's
ali é
just
muito
not a thing
caro.
that we're set
muito
up
caro.
for right now.
Gotcha.
Será que eles vão mostrar mais alguma coisa?
Optimization when? Literally always.
Always. Sorry, and then before we jump into more questions from chat, I do actually want to also introduce like eradication, and then we can move into more like
68
Yeah, I guess we
Q&A
can talk
stuff.
to that.
Yeah, yeah. I
70
know.
pessoas vendo a
You're
live,
being, you're
cara.
being,
Nossa,
you're being
que
so
massa,
good
velho.
and like engaging with chat and answering all their questions. We'll get to that in just a second, but we have some other questions
Tem que
also.
banir a
That,
I use some
máquina do
headphones now,
hacker.
right?
oh yes, yeah. So yeah, we'll be
Looking
donning
at
our
your hair.
headphones. So
Oops, jeez, Andy.
É,
Let's reach down
cara,
here and get these.
yeah. Sorry.
o anti-cheater do Conan no PC é o mesmo
Oh no.
do DayZ. Eu tava vendo que é o mesmo DayZ. Do DayZ tem muito
Did you
hacker
hear
no
that?
PC, cara.
Oh god. Wait, why is
It's a
that?
game.
Então, velho, eles têm que trocar trocar o anti-hacker, né? Ou troca o anti-hacker, né? O sistema de anti-cheater. Ou vai continuar isso aí, cara.
They probably heard it through my
Through the
mic.
microphone?
Yeah.
O que esses caras estão fazendo,
Really
velho?
loud, or was it like just through the microphone? Sorry about that.
Turn it up again.
No one's screaming, so.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. There's no caps, like no spam in chat.
670 pessoas
Was it really
assistindo.
that bad?
It was a bit since Yuri.
Ay. Sorry. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
to be fair, yeah, the headphones were literally like right against my mic, so sorry.
Okay. Hopefully this works. We love this. Okay. So, we are joined remotely from our friend, Eradication. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'm just gonna have like my stuff up there. Hey, bud. Doing well. Let's see. Let's make sure we can actually
Que porra é essa, viado?
turn some of these things off. All right, Eradication, are you with us?
Be able to bump up
Volta
the
lá,
volume,
maluco.
can't hear.
Sorry, Nicole, what was that?
Can you bump up the volume? People can't really hear y'all.
Of us? Oh, okay. Well, I'm putting gain back up to maximum then.
I have no eradication in my ears. Maybe
You don't have eradication in your ears?
No, you want me to bounce for a minute?
No eradication. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I can repeat what he's saying.
I can read chat.
good
I can
now.
type in chat.
That's true. I mean, I have the questions like up on this like thingy also. In any case,
Pior que não tem opção de
hello,
legenda, né,
Eradication. Thanks
cara?
for joining us.
Senão
So
tiver
can
avançado.
and then can folks on chat also hear?
É, não tem
Because we have
opção de
a lot of
legenda,
Discord, you
senão
don't hear
colocar a legenda
Eradication.
no vídeo dos caras, né?
Eradication, can you chat really quick?
Ó, esse youtuber aqui, ele é mais voltado pro
One more
PvE,
time.
cara, mas o conteúdo dele é muito
Hello,
bom.
hello.
I think that came through.
Eradication.
my
Eradication, o nome dele.
They can hear him now.
There we go.
I'm saying you can't.
They can hear him
there.
now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Maybe
Great.
I can hear him now too.
yeah, they said they can.
Awesome.
Great. Hello and greetings. So thank you for joining us. This fine, I guess, evening for you because you're in the UK.
Yeah, it's turning towards the evening. It's already dark.
E a voz
Yeah,
dele
it's
é
gonna
da
be dark
hora,
here in
mano.
just a
É
few
da hora
hours
assistir
also
os
because of
vídeos
daylight
dele.
savings. In any case, yeah, thanks for taking the time to join us today. Just before we jump into things, would you be able to just like kind of like let folks here in chat know like who you are, what you do, what kind of like content you create, and just say hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
My name's Eradication. I make Conan Exiles content over on YouTube. I mainly focus on building for PV and roleplay players, but I do also cover Conan updates, news, guides, and I also make in-depth lore videos as well. And also, I really want to say thank you to Funcom for having me on. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I'm
fact.
sure with the sorry.
True fact.
True fact, yes. And so I'm sure with,
Fulcão,
with some
e
of these like
patrocina
lore
aí,
tidbits
cara.
that we're dropping here in the
Me
stream of the
manda
chapter, I'm sure you're
compões
very
aí pra eu
excited to
comprar as
kind of dig into
paradas.
that some more, right? Yeah, yeah,
Mano, sai
yeah.
ligação essa porra, hein?
And we have Eradication's YouTube channel up on the stream as well. So like, if you want like to go
Vou
on a
postar a
deep
treta
dive of
do
like
System
Exiles
hoje,
lore
cara. Na verdade não
or,
teve treta, né?
any of
Eu
that, be sure to
desloguei
check
e
out
os
his
caras
channel.
levaram like,
Go
mas
like and
eu,
subscribe
os
his
caras
stuff.
gravaram, né?
Great content creator.
E daí
Check
eu
out
já
his
fiz
channel. It's good shit.
videozinho mostrando o que
Going
aconteceu.
into today, actually, like we had a chance to kind of
As
sit
tretas
down
assim não,
for a
não
brief
participei porque eu,
moment.
cara,
And I
eu tava
believe
off,
you also
né?
had some
Mas os PA gravou
questions
tudo.
yourself that you wanted to ask.
Já
just
preparei
like
um
some of
negócio aí pra
the like
postar.
questions that we might get from the community. But we wanted an opportunity to give the floor to you if you wanted to ask any questions or anything else that you wanted to bring up. So, floor is yours.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I certainly do have a few questions.
Yeah.
Firstly, the Headhunter event, the Mad Prophet set. Assuming that is rolled out of the reward table at the end of chapter 2, will
Cara,
that be
tá bom
coming
o
back
volume aqui
similar to the events
da
from
live,
Grave
mano.
Matters?
Se não tiver, vocês falam,
Right,
velho.
are you able to hear?
Às vezes minha voz tá
Okay,
mais
cool.
baixa, não sei, cara.
Yeah, I think that we will. What I like to do, or have done so far, is take the things that we make, like the. A good example is the sorcerer armor. Why is it?
É, tem que ser
Mad
ban por
Prophet
IP
or
mesmo,
the
cara. Hacker tem que ser
Skelos
banido
armor?
por
The
IP,
Skelos
mano. Não
armor,
adianta
yes.
ficar banindo
Yeah,
conta, não.
I like to take them
Os
and
caras voltam,
inject
mano.
them somewhere else in content after the temporary content's gone. So probably what you'll find is just an alternative
essa
route
armadura é
or
muito da
way
hora,
to
cara.
learn
Eu
this armor
gostei,
set.
velho.
You know, like maybe it gets added to the
Achei
library
bem-
of esoteric artifacts or something like that.
Gotcha. Cool.
But yeah, even after the content is gone, we'd like to keep a way for you to be able to get the set still.
Cool. So it won't go away forever, even after the actual like event stuff is done. Or that's the intent. TBD on how it will actually be like obtainable after the event, but that's the
Pô,
intent.
verdade, cara. Tô moscando aqui. Pera aí, pesado.
Awesome. So, staying on the topic of the Headhunters, I'm
Puxar
assuming there is
minha-
no daily limit on it, so you can
Depois
just
pra cá,
infinitely
ó.
complete them as much as you
Ah,
want.
tô tampando os caras aqui,
definitely.
velho.
Like I said, you
Eu
know,
nem reparei.
it's not tied into monetization in any way, so there's really no limit to it. If you can even just spawn, like I did on stream, I just spawned the skulls in my inventory and put them on there. You know, it's there for you to engage with. It's there for you to play with. Have fun.
Sweet.
Very nice. So you mentioned the witch hunts as well, which look really cool. The question I have is, are they all around sort of the same difficulty mark, or are some intended to be more challenging?
They're all, I would say they're all roughly around the same.
É.
We try to
Como eu não
follow a
entendo
paradigm
inglês,
that the
infelizmente,
the
vocês
further
que
north
têm
you
que
go on
se
the map,
virar
the
aí,
more
cara.
difficult it gets. And
Eu não consigo traduzir,
for the
não.
most part, you'll find these sorcerers in the difficult areas in exiled lands. And in Isle of Sipta, it's a bit of a mixed bag because we didn't have the same kind of rules to follow as far as geography equals difficulty kind of thing. But yeah, I think that one thing that's interesting that you'll see, and I've seen this as a point of feedback, but it's really the way it's meant to be.
Será que nosso personagem vai ficar
it's
assim
harder
mesmo
to
nessa
fight the
posição
trash than
aí,
it is to
cara?
fight the sorcerer
Vai
themselves.
ser da hora, né?
But it's really by design. Sorcerers themselves are mentally, high in fortitude and power, but physically they're very frail. They're not the kind of barbaric warriors that your character plays out to be. And even in the corruption system that we added for perks, we let you do that to your character. We let you make yourself weaker by body to have a stronger mind. So yeah, they will have about the same difficulty. I wouldn't expect them to be extremely difficult by any means. So probably if you're like somewhere around, probably just anything slightly above iron.
Propaganda aqui, hein?
Iron
Sai
tools and
fora.
stuff. If you're a good player, you'll be able to take them down. Or sorry, iron weapons.
Como é
You'll
que
be able
tá?
to take them down. It'll take some work, and you'll need a follower. But beyond that, it just becomes easier, really.
Awesome.
Tem os caras descendo a linha aqui, ó.
Obviously, you've mentioned a lot about the story with the Battle Pass, and I think, from my perspective anyway, the jump in how present the story is from chapter 1 to chapter 2 is pretty obvious. Is this something that's going to continue with a more clear forefront?
É um conteúdo
if it
bem
is, I'm
legal,
all
mano.
here for it.
Pô,
Yeah, certainly.
a
We have a
questão
lot
é,
of other
cara, eles têm
contemporaries
que
to model ourselves
consertar o
after.
que
At
já
this
foi
point, there's a
lançado
lot of
também,
people that
né?
are putting in
Tá foda, pô.
updates, and even Funcom themselves have done it in the past with our MMOs. So in the first chapter, we were a bit hamstrung on time because of we basically shifted all of our work
Posição do Aquaman,
to
bem isso mesmo,
sorcery
cara.
itself. That was where most of the work went in. So we didn't have as much ability to put as much stuff in for the story in chapter 1. and that's why you kind of see it being told.
Cara,
in the
eu acho que vai
background.
ter umas posturas diferentes
So
aí,
yeah,
mano.
chapter 2,
Essa
we'll start to see
postura
more
aí.
stuff in chapter 3. You know, we
Só se for
always
um
want it to be an
emote,
escalation.
um emote,
so
né,
chapter
cara?
1 will probably start
Mas
out
acho que não é
on
não,
the,
pô.
I don't want to say more boring side, but like the less visually impactful side.
It just sets the stage.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
all.
exactly. It's the exposition, right? It's telling you what's happening.
Yeah.
And we're essentially telling a story in 3 acts here, right? So each one will escalate to a point of basically a breaking point where in the 3rd chapter you can almost
Eu
always
acho
expect
que era só
something
isso,
mad
cara, que
to
eles
be
queriam
happening.
mostrar. Agora é só a
That is
injeção de
very
linguiça.
exciting.
Mas
Chapter
vamos
is
ver,
even
né,
out.
cara?
Already waiting
Vou
for chapter
continuar aqui até...
Well, yeah. I've been working on chapter 3 for like 6 months already, so, or more maybe even. So my timeline's skewed from everyone else's.
Well, plus
very
like
exciting.
this kind of stuff has to get worked out like well in advance too. It's not like
Yep.
just slap together a script 3 days before launch. All good, it's fine. We don't need localization.
And
It's all.
get in the VO booth.
Oh yeah, yes, gladly. Finally, my time.
So, sticking to the theme of the story events again, with obviously the escalation, has the dev team considered maybe new PvE dungeons tied into the story? I think that would mainly, coming around the end of a story age, for example, but I think a new story-based PvE dungeon could be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing that we've thought about because
Eu sei
don't
que
think it's any
teve
kind of,
nerf e
I don't
nos
think there's any
patches,
reason I couldn't say this
eles
or not,
bufaram
but we
alguns outros
released a
patches
mercy
aí,
survey,
e questão de arma, cara, eu não
probably
li
about a
direito
year and a half ago at this point.
a
A year and
atualização.
a
Eu
half
deixei o
ago.
link fixado lá
A lot
no
of the takeaway
outro
we
vídeo
got
lá que eu
from it
postei
is,
lá, depois vocês dão
one
uma
of the big
olhada,
things is
cara.
that people really like dungeons. For
Mas
as many
tem
people did
armas
the
aí, cara,
survey,
que...
almost everybody
Não
likes
sei,
dungeons
cara,
and some other
é que
activity
eles
primarily.
vira e mexe, fica
So
mexendo,
dungeons
muda a
are really high
meta,
on
mano,
our
é
radar
foda esse
in
jogo,
terms
cara.
of
Eles tinham que, cara, deixar...
engaging experiences
Ah,
with
vamos mudar
the
isso
PvE.
aqui, vamos mudar e acabou. Não muda
They are
mais
also
porra
very
nenhuma, velho.
expensive to
Questão
make,
de armas,
is the
essas
other
porra
side
aí.
of it. So I actually think
Não
that
tem
if you see
necessidade
a
de ficar
dungeon
mudando
come in,
dano,
it
cara.
may often
Porra.
even happen in the
É
beginning.
toda... Cada atualização é uma
of an age,
mudança, cara.
because
Muda a
it would
meta,
have
é
to be
foda.
something that we're working on while another age is in progress. But yeah, dungeons definitely on our radar. When I joined the team,
Pois é, né, cara? Não
I
tem
think I've
perk
mentioned this,
imaculado de
as well, either on the
expertise e
forums or
não
on
tem
stream, I
perk
can't
imaculado
remember.
de
But when I
agilidade,
joined the
cara. Acho
team,
que
they told us
expertise
we
não
can't
sei se
expand into the
vai
other corner
mudar,
of the map
muda
because there's a
alguma
bunch of
coisa,
dungeons
mas
up there. I looked
agilidade
into it myself. There's not a bunch of dungeons up
é
there.
estranho não ter, né?
So we might have some more real estate to work with at some point in the future. Again, tentatively, could happen, might not. I just think that by large, in the exiled lands, there is more room to add more stuff. There's a lot of factors that go into it. One of the biggest ones is actually consoles. We have to manage the memory that we have on consoles a lot more than we do on PC. So we have to pick and choose exactly what we put in.
Yeah, we have really limited real estate on consoles.
Right, and that's another thing we're always working to optimize as well. I know that a lot of people
Investida da katana tem que nerfar.
What kind of
Deixa
news
eu ver
we
o que
have
mais
as far as
precisa nerfar.
console
Ó,
people.
Yes,
o
a lot of questions
veneno
about,
e
like,
o sangramento
PlayStation
foram
stuff also,
nerfados, cara.
yeah.
Você não tem que reclamar, isso é informar.
There's
jogada
performance issues happening there.
Eu acho
Still some
assim,
invisible
o
things happening.
cavalo não
We are still
precisava ter
looking into it,
nerfado.
and most
Do jeito
often it boils
que tá
down to
agora, tá,
that
cara, ninguém
memory
usa mais
restriction that
cavalo.
we have, and,
Eu,
we
tipo
can
assim, eu
only do so much
odiava
stuff at
cavalo,
once.
mas
So
eu
like
gostava
I said earlier,
de usar em
we are
certos
always in a
momentos.
state of optimizing things.
Entendeu?
We get the reports on what you guys
Eles tinham que
have.
ter, tipo
We're
assim,
literally
o
always working on
nerf
them,
dos
and then we're always
golpes,
working
cara, eu
against
achei
them at the
legal,
same time, putting months
bacana.
of battle
Tem que
pass
nerfar
content
mesmo.
and
Mas a questão do
one-shot
HP do
content at the same
cavalo,
time.
cara,
So
você
it's a
mata o
little bit
cavalo
of a
muito
tug of
facilmente,
war.
cara, não
So
tá
it's-
valendo mais a pena. Então eu acho assim,
Expressions
que
breaking a
eles
little bit.
não conseguem um meio
Nicole's getting
termo.
very funny behind the
Ou eles nerfam monstruosamente, ou eles buffam monstruosamente, cara. Não tem
So
meio termo,
outside of
cara.
the story
Eles
events,
têm que rever isso aí, tá
the
ligado?
Stormglass Cathedral set looks amazing. Obviously, the last edition was the Arcane set, which augmented sandstone, stone brick, and reinforced stone. Is that something that you're trying to do going forward, where you augment existing sets, or is it just as and where it fits in?
Yeah, it's kind of a. It's going to be both. Like I expect that we'll see new things, and we'll see augmentations to existing ones because we already have a really wide breadth of available themes for
E dá o
building
Sera
sets.
aqui, não.
And we know there's a lot more
Na
things
rua
that we
aqui.
can do with
Resolver
those
construir
building sets,
hoje,
and that's
mano.
why you see
Porra.
the things like like the narrow stairs and just the new pieces that we add in the cathedral pieces. It's also
Uma arma que tá sendo bastante usada agora é o machado grande de guerra. Ele tá tirando 86 de dano, cara, com um apetrecho. Os ataques dele estão tirando muita vida, cara. Cara, muita gente tá usando isso no PvP, velho.
At some points see new building sets and some points see additions to others. The cathedral set specifically was one I was really excited about too, because like I was like, you know, we're gonna theme all these pieces off like these different, you know, these architectural things, and I was like, that's
Como assim? Falaram que algumas roupas como a do
like it
Raiden
fits in
já
perfect
vem
with
com
like the
bug.
gothic vibe of it.
E
And
vão corrigir no capítulo.
I just think they look great. I wish that we had a building shown that we could run around in today because of how cool it looks.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Os caras já
You
querem
guys
lançar o
get,
bagulho
you
tudo
know, you'll see soon
cagado,
enough.
velho.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, I
O
probably
capítulo
could
2 sai em
grab something
dezembro.
from,
Ah, então não vai sair
like,
agora.
Game TV
Porra,
for
aí-
marketing.
There's some in the videos that we showed.
Eu achei que ia sair agora,
You
velho.
just have to make your own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Tava
think
ansioso pra-
so eradication. I
Eu
think we
achei
have
que ia
time
sair
for
agora
one
nesse
more,
mês,
and then we're
mas
probably just going to be finishing up from here.
Yeah. Well, I've got
Hit
one
me.
more for the lore nerd in me.
Yeah, go for it.
So, without going too specific for anyone that doesn't know, there is a bit of story-related cut content from the story that I think is really interesting that involves a certain sorcerer. Assuming that
Bom,
content
pelo
will
menos
be
eles avisaram, né,
used
cara?
as is,
Da outra
will that
vez
content be
foi...
used to inform or maybe even inspire like story beats in the future?
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
Most people are being busy.
I could be a certain ring.
Eu quase não consegui abrir essa live, cara. Deus do
Sorry, guys.
Funcom de qualidade.
That character will see progression in the future. Like right now, everything in Exiled Lands is very static and has been very static for a long time, because we haven't really put the resources into telling the story and moving it forward. I have plans for everyone involved in the current storyline to not end up the way that they currently are.
That's very exciting.
That's fun. Not the way they currently are.
É,
You mean,
notícia
like, in terms
boa,
of-
cara. Que eu acho que esses caras sempre
Yeah, or
vão
like,
lançar
are they
conteúdo
just
do
gonna get
jogo,
turned
mano.
into
Eu
like a
acho que eles
pile
não
of
param
mush?
de lançar conteúdo. Até
Speculate.
porque deve ser a paixão deles, né? Notícia
Hooray.
ruim é que, cara, sai cagado, velho.
Slightly excited, slightly scared, I'll be honest.
No, it's gonna
Bug
be
que é pra
awesome. I'm really excited.
consertar,
Oh, yeah.
cara, demora
I'm
e
looking
às vezes não
forward
conserta. Aquele bug de
Nossa,
escalada chato ainda persiste,
well,
que lá é uma merda, cara.
Eradication, thank you so much for joining us. I think we've answered plenty of questions.
Yes, everyone after the stream, go watch your Eradication's Kinscourge video.
Yes.
It sets the bar really high, but it's a really cool video.
Yeah,
Vamos
go watch
curtir,
that. Make
pessoal.
sure,
Só
I
tem
think we linked it
48
in chat
likes,
as well.
né,
Make sure to
pesado? Eu não
go
gosto de
check out the
ficar
channel,
pedindo
like,
não,
subscribe.
cara.
Check out
Curti, pô.
the
Dá uma
building videos
força
and the
aí.
lore videos. And then yeah, obviously like we look forward to seeing more from you as well, Eradication.
Definitely.
Oh, there's plenty more coming. Thank you very much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Of course,
voz
yeah.
dele é
Thanks
massa,
again for
né,
taking
cara?
time
Esse
this
Eradication.
evening to just join us and just like hang out and ask some questions. So
Anytime.
yeah, man. All right. Well, I bid you adieu, Eradication. Gonna be closing this up really quick.
Tchau.
Okay.
Education.
So,
Será que eles vão terminar
That
a
was
live?
me. Headphones off.
Sorry, yeah. So I think that about wraps it up for today's stream. I think we got a chance to answer a bunch of questions in chat. And hopefully there were a bunch of burning questions. I know there's several questions in chat that we haven't had a chance to get to, but we have covered a couple of those things.
Já avisaram aí também que pode aumentar
if you
os
wanna answer a couple
crashes
more
devido
questions, go ahead.
aos
Otherwise,
detalhes
we're
das
probably gonna be
construções novas.
finishing up shortly,
Cara,
so we can let you all go play on Test Live and let us know.
eles
what
estão
you think.
trabalhando nisso.
Do you have any queued up, Nicole?
Most of them you already answered, so nothing in particular.
Ah, mas isso aí,
Just take them
cara.
from chat if you want.
Cara,
Yeah,
Vai-
I mean, yeah, one that I
conforme
see
o tempo
repeated
vai
a
vir
few times is,
atualizações, novos
talking
conteúdos,
about like
cara.
adding like a new dungeon
Vai ser
to
limbo
like incorporate
de
to have sorcery incorporated.
atualização de
and I think,
correção, de não sei o que,
Love
velho.
to.
Isso aqui não vai ser um loop infinito,
Yeah,
né?
it'll have to be a right time and right place kind of thing.
Yeah.
Os caras nunca
Obviously,
vão
like
melhorar de fato o jogo.
sorcery as it exists now, we've put out what we can revolving around sorcery for the timeline that we had. So it will have to be something that works its way into this, basically into the story somehow, I think.
yeah. Yes.
Redoing if like challenges will be not fixed, but kind of redone changes to the challenge system. So like at level 60, I seem to be able to like farm stone, like kind of more.
Oh.
Yeah, we won't see that come in chapter 2, but that's a thing
I don't know if
that.
I'm gonna repeat my question to you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So like, the question was like, are there plans in the future to like have challenges kind of be more like consummate to like the player level? So, for
Deve
example, a
sabe
max
foi
level player
nerfado,
isn't
tá
being
com
asked to
cara
farm like
level 0.
basic
Oh,
resources, for example, for a challenge.
well, I think that.
Is that the question? Did I misinterpret the question? Is that okay?
Okay, I thought you were asking a different question, which is if I reach level 60, why would I do challenges?
No.
That's a question we do want to address, but it won't happen in chapter 2.
Esse aí de dezembro é só
And as
fogo
far
na
as the
palha.
specific challenges that you get, we can actually update these ones live. We don't even need to patch to update them.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But basically, we can change the criteria.
Bom, pelo
for
menos os
specific
caras
events
estão
or
sendo
challenges,
honestos
excuse
dessa
me.
vez, né? Estão falando que o
There
jogo vai
will
vir
be some
com as
updates to those
atualização vai
in
vir com
chapter 2.
problemas.
Where, first of all, whenever you
que
log
vai
into a chapter
dar-
for the first time,
Cara,
you will get a
é que o
specific set
console,
of challenges that we've said.
Eu acho que assim,
For your character of this level
eu não
range, these
vejo
are the
eles
challenges you
dar
should be
desculpa
doing.
no PS5.
And then
PS5
after
não
that,
tem
we want to
porquê
update the
dar
criteria for
problema.
them better
Agora
to make it
PS4
so
até
you're
que é.
not doing
Só que,
things that
cara,
don't make sense. Like a level
tem
10
muito
character
jogo,
shouldn't
The Last
log
of
in
Us, God
and
of
get a
War, tá
challenge
sempre
to
pro
mine
PS4,
black
cara.
ice, for example, right?
Então,
So,
assim, o
for the most
console ele
part, we're
aguenta,
most
mas o problema é que a
fixated on- in
empresa
that
em
direction
si é
where we don't want
pequena,
to ask
né?
low-level characters
Eles
to
não
do something
conseguem
they can't
resolver.
do. It's more okay for us to ask high-level characters to do something that feels
Então, cara,
tedious, but we
Sinto
still
dizer,
want to
mano,
reduce that as
PS4,
well.
eu tava jogando no PS4 da minha namorada, cara,
There's not
extremamente
a
ridículo,
plan for
velho.
that at the
É
moment.
impossível jogar, mano.
Settle, sorry, repeating question.
I
A coitada só consegue farmar só. Só farma pra mim,
Tabs
só.
blew
Yeah,
up with
die saddle.
but it's die saddles.
Yeah.
Mas
Yellow
jogar
Lotus
assim
Potion
realmente o
we
jogo,
have
tipo,
looked
chegar numa
into,
base de PVP
and
pra
there will be
raidar,
probably changes
não-
to the
ela não
Yellow Lotus
consegue,
Potion
cara.
itself coming soon, but it won't be immediately with season chapter 2. Excuse me. I don't think that anyone, as far as I know, you shouldn't lose the sorcery feats from using the Yellow Lotus
cara, eu
Potion
não consigo
in this
perguntar
update,
nada aqui,
but
velho, porque eu vou ter que ficar
it's something I'll have to
traduzindo, cara,
follow up
no
on
Google
and make
Tradutor.
sure that actually got
Deixa os caras
panned out.
perguntar aí, velho.
That has a whole history behind it, unfortunately.
Eu já nem cobro
Diable
mais,
shield-
cara,
sorry,
nem
not diable
faço mais
shields,
cobrança,
diable,
cara, da Fullcom, porque não
Diable
adianta,
saddles
velho.
is a thing that we have to pre-plan,
Perder
I think,
tempo.
when we're making the saddles, so we make the materials in such a way that we can pick things that you can change. So we might be able to go backwards with some of those and make things dyeable, but sometimes you'll see armor sets that don't dye quite the way you expect them to, and it's because they weren't planned to accept dyes in the first place. The material is not engineered to accept them very well. The Acheronian Legate Primus armor.
Was that the armor set that, like we said, was craftable and it turned out not to be craftable or
Yes,
something?
so it was intended to be shipped as part of learning sorcery. So whenever you like get the book
eu
from
acho que
Kurok and
agora é só
everything, you can
encheção
make
de
that
linguiça,
armor immediately.
galera.
That armor will become available. I can't remember exactly what I decided to do with it.
Os caras estão
There may be
metendo
another
além
system
aqui, ó,
coming down the road
falando de
that has been
PVP,
included
de não
as
sei
a
o
reward
quê.
for, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but that is on my radar is the most important thing, I guess I would say. I want a beard like Andy. Unlikely. Good luck.
Damn.
This thing is a blessing and a curse, let me tell you.
Pessoal do PS4 PVP
Oh, yeah,
esquece, é só
Die
soltar
saddles would
magia
be
que
a
derruba
lot of
todos,
rework.
todos
Not
e ficam...
impossible, but would be a lot
É,
of work.
fica só o
those items
PS5
were not
online,
actually
cara.
originally created to
Yeah,
accept dies,
exactly.
as you said, yeah.
Snake pets.
Snake pets. So the hard part about snake pets is it's easy to make a snake pet that follows you and doesn't fight in combat. That's fine. We can make that happen. Having them be a snake that does engage in combat is more difficult because hitting a snake is very hard.
Cara, é que eu não sei ao certo como
You have to
funciona a
look down
base
to hit a
de
snake, and
batalha em jogos.
it might result in some
Mas
unfavorable
pelo que eu
gameplay,
entendi, pode ser que
but it's something
quiserem,
you can
mano.
try
Mas
out
vai
for
ver o
especially with the
de
lot of
novo até os
set ice and
60.
everything.
Não sei, cara.
It makes sense for people to have snake pets.
I think we have time for just like a couple more and then we're probably to get going for the day. But yeah, we're just going over some chat stuff. real quick. What about big snakes? Yeah, can we just tame like a set size?
That's
snake?
what it would have to be.
Yeah,
It would have to be a
alright.
big snake, like the snake called caravan snake.
Hell yeah.
That pulls the wagon.
Hell yeah.
Caravan snake.
Give me the large danger noodle. I'll name him George.
Character generation improvements is an interesting one. It's another thing that would require a lot of work for us to go back and fix, but it's definitely a thing that I think has a lot of value to us. Like being able to add new haircuts and makeup and, head shapes or whatever to character creation. One of the biggest reasons we don't do that right now is because it will break a
Entendi,
lot of
falando. Eu
minds
também, cara.
if we change it.
É foda uma cobra
There's some
gigante.
work that needs to go in on the
Vai
technical
saber
side
que
to
cobra é essa, cara.
allow anyone to be able to add stuff to it.
Gotcha. And then.
Assim,
So, yeah,
ó,
I
cara,
saw a
não
couple
crie
questions
muito
from. I
hype,
missed the
velho.
name,
Eu
but
sei que é difícil, cara, mas a
Anna.
galera do
Sorry,
console aí,
I'm
cara.
terribly sorry. I missed your name, but Anna was
Não
asking
fiquem
if there's
hypados,
a.
porque
There's gonna be a
vai
back
vir
button on the
conteúdo novo,
sorcery
mas
stuff.
vai
You
vir
can
as
already
merda
cancel your
também.
current cast with the heavy attack, I think, or the
Yeah,
button.
it's a full cancel though.
E os caras vão
there-
arrumando
there- go back a
conforme
step.
consegue,
Right,
sei
there's
lá.
there's no option to go back, and actually in this update you guys will, I think in this
Yellow.
And yeah, yes, thank you.
update you guys will hear the new words of power.
Sorry, you're like, I saw the question and then the name scrolled up off the screen off of this side here, so I only caught like, I saw the verified mark and then I saw Anna B, but I didn't want to like say the whole thing. Sorry, Anna Briella. But yes, thank you for the question.
So one thing that's in this, I think it's in this update, is the new
Será que eles vão mostrar alguma coisa? Vamos
voices
ver.
for
Será que nova
Words of
magia,
Power.
cara?
One of the things that we didn't get whenever we shipped Sorcery was the final VO for the words themselves. So knowing why there's not a back button plays into the actual the thematics of Sorcery, which is that you are speaking a word and performing magic. The power comes from the words that you're speaking. So if we let you kind of go back, it would be like saying, I can want to find, but then you would be kind of like not saying something coherent.
Oh yeah, I guess it's like, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so you're the full phrase is where the power comes from. Not like you can't just like.
Yeah. Why can I not?
What is that? What is that? Some like Evil
Os caras
Dead
têm um
style?
PC
Like
bom, hein,
wait.
cara? Ó, estão jogando tudo no Ultra, velho. A
Trying to,
areia.
like, go back on
o
your,
personagem afunda na
on the
areia, mano.
incantation to summon
Jogando
things,
os
and
gráficos no
then
Ultra do PC.
you should
velho.
add that. But then like, if you go back, it just like has a chance to like
Olha,
totally screw up the
cara,
spell.
aprendeu todas as magias. O que vai vir aí? A magia
Just,
nova?
you're just
This
immediately
actually has-
transported into the Evil Dead universe. Sam Raimi, please don't sue us.
Ih, rapaz, vai dar pra controlar algum demônio, hein? Novo, hein?
Yeah.
Além do morcego.
Hopefully you can hear these okay.
Ah, não.
Bat time.
Achei que era a magia nova.
Yeah, so there's new male and
Traduz
female
aí, eu
voices.
não.
And really, whenever you're
Sou
speaking
ruim
the words of
inglês,
power,
pô.
the runes are like a syllable or a vowel or a fragment of a word, and when you choose it, you say the word out loud, and then it forms the full word at the end.
This is bad country.
We're in country.
E eu acho que vai usar alguma magia nova,
So
cara.
there's new male and female voices for that.
Sweet.
Oh, actually, I'm not sure if it's there, but we're actually making casting happen a bit faster as well.
Oh, good.
I think that's in these patch notes. Essentially, you don't have to wait for the rune to fill out before you can pick it anymore. So
A
it's
minha
going to
placa de
really reduce
vídeo
the
é a
amount of time it takes to
1660
cast
Super
a higher
e
tier
tem...
spell. I think it changes from like
Qual que é a
12
RAM,
seconds to
cara?
8 seconds or
Eu
something
acho
like
que é
that.
16
It's
de
still a
RAM,
significant amount of
se eu não me
time, but
engano.
it's not as long as it was before.
So you're not just stuck there like
Eu sou
stun
meio
locked
leigo em
waiting for
PC,
like
cara.
the lock to form.
Mas
here
assim,
you
eu não
can
consigo
see
jogar
I'm
no
able to click
Conan
it
no
before the
Ultra,
rune
velho.
even appears.
Eu acho que o processador é ruim, cara. Tem que
Boy,
trocar o
get your
processador lá
APM
no
up.
PC. Mas, cara, o Conan no Ultra, cara, o personagem afunda na areia, deixa rastro, velho, é muito bonito, cara. Mas essa magia aí até hoje eu não
And
usei
yeah,
ela
like you
ainda,
said,
cara.
it does equal TK. It does reward like memorization and knowledge of like which path to go.
Yeah, I just tested it.
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Thanks, y'all.
Someone asked, will my crown coins automatically become obelisks? Or do I have to spend them in time before
Por que
the
não
update?
volta pro PC, cara? Mas,
They're
velho,
two separate things entirely.
eu tô no PC, cara.
Coins
Eu
do
jogo no
not
PC e no
become ancient
console.
obelisks.
Eu sempre tô indo e
Ancient
voltando,
obelisks are
né?
just a currency that you get for
É,
completing an
Os últimos
activity in
vídeos
the
aí é
game.
tudo
There's
no
no
PC,
connection.
cara.
It's not a paid currency or
Até
anything.
vi um ataque hacker ontem aí, ó.
Here's some ancient obelisks in game.
Que porra é essa?
And
As
for
moedas.
eradication, if you can figure out who's depicted on this coin,
Anciente
you know, that could be the
Ouroboros.
basis for an entire video for you potentially.
Ouroboros,
So,
nossa, cara.
good luck, bud.
Anciente Ouroboros.
Hopefully he heard that. I have a poem
Será que
muted right
vai
now.
ter moeda
Sorry.
do jogo?
Yeah.
And yeah, with just to emphasize,
Oh, people asked about regional pricing as well. That's a thing we're working on. I don't have a really specific update for it. I don't even know if I'm really supposed to say that we're working on it, but we are.
it's a complaint that we're like pretty aware of, but we don't really
Será
have
que
any
vai
like
vir limbo
other
novo, não
comment
é,
to like
né?
offer.
Você
But it's something
gosta
we're
de
very
mim,
aware
né,
of and are like
ô,
looking into our
Sem
options.
vergonha.
But money stuff is
É,
also
já conheço a
tricky,
figura
so-
já.
But yeah, we hear you.
As moedas que ganham.
We are aware of the bug that you can place armor and
É
weapons on
diferente.
zombies. I
É,
believe that
isso.
is fixed in Chapter 2.
Estão falando aí,
I
as
think
moedas
that
de
it was
Cron,
meant to
as
go in
coins são
Chapter
diferentes
3, and I
dessas
asked for it to be
moedas.
cherry-picked into Chapter
vai
2.
dar pra
So even if
usar.
it's not in the first update of Chapter 2, it'll come really soon after.
E aí, cara, vocês não vão falar mais nada, não?
Yeah, we're just laughing at chat right now.
Yeah, Eradication says he's already got 17 Google tabs.
That's perfect. Excellent. All right, friends. Well, it is 12:30 here. We've had a little under an hour and a half because of some of the technical issues that we had earlier today. I know I saw one person in chat. I feel really bad because they were in the last stream, and then because we went live again, and that created another stream instance, and so they were in the last one that we were in, I guess, or something like that. And they were saying that they were waiting in a
Cara,
different stream
então, eu achei bem
and missed most
diferente
of this
esse
stream.
som aí, cara. Eu achei bem
something
mais
like that. I don't know
macabro.
They
exactly
did
how it
refresh
works.
before we came back.
Yeah,
Deve
sorry
tá
about that.
bugado,
But the
até
VOD
isso
will
tá
be available.
bugado.
You can watch it.
Tudo no conta
Sorry.
bugado. Até a live dos caras começou bugado.
any case,
Deus, Uri. É,
Thank
bug
you so
pra
much
todo
for
lado.
tuning in today. Big thanks to Eradication for popping by. Big thanks to Nicole for being on the
então já
decks
tá
in the
acabando a
back there.
live.
Support
Eu
team
acho,
in
né?
chat.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, support friends. I saw a bunch of folks in chat, just kind of like holding down the fort. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, so housekeeping stuff. Yeah, Chapter 2 stuff is on test live right now. Chapter 2 will begin on December 6th. We will have a bonus XP event that will also grant you additional Battle Pass XP starting the 11th of November, which is just 3 days from now, and it will run to the 21st of November. Is there anything else I'm missing? That's all I can think of.
I don't know, maybe you should watch the VOD.
I should watch the VOD, you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I never do. You should disregard everything I say. Yikes. Anyway, thank you all, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have an
Não
excellent
entendi
day.
nada, né, mas...
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bom, eu baixei o test live. Eu baixei o test live e eu vou ver que eu consigo achar de novo no test live ali. E vou fazer alguns vídeos, tá? Em questão de live, eu vou ver se eu faço lives, cara. Eu só preciso... Cara, eu preciso programar a minha agenda, né? Porque é muita coisa, tem que editar vídeo, tá? Essas coisas aí. É isso aí, mano. Obrigado pra quem assistiu a live aí, deu apoio e é junto, cara. Tamo junto e é nóis. Valeu, um abraço e fui.